We're back, everyone. We're probably going to take another break here in an hour or whatever, but we had some technical issues on my side. Sometimes the internet is stupid. I've been recording in the background, so it will we'll have some of the stuff in the background here that's recorded and then thrown back up when I put it on YouTube. So you'll be able to see the full thing uninterrupted with all that jazz because it kept recording and somehow still stayed connected with OBS constantly disconnecting me, I guess. But yeah, we're back in it. We're all leveled up. We're good to go. Mike, take it away.
Awesome. So you all are currently still in island. You have rested for maybe about 20 minutes. What do you three wish to do now? The two walker, the two ocean, two walkers in the distance, and it looks like the Freeborn fleet over there, or little squadron, has just been eliminated by Commodore Nobani's fleet. So everything is great in the night sky as the bright full moon pretty much illuminates the dark oceans around you.
I'm just crawling to the nearest rock and laying down. I feel like absolute
Yeah.
trash. I I just I look
Oh
at Biz. I'm
God.
like, Biz, can you let him know to pick us up at our valet spot right here?
Would you like to just teleport to the ship instead?
Can you still do that? You still have power? Holy crap, man.
I was holding on to it. I thought it
Oh,
might be important. It wasn't
yeah.
really,
Yeah,
but yeah.
let's get everybody together. Do do
How many there are? It's one, two, three. Silver. D1. Godalina.
Steven. 7.
Steven. Okay, we're good.
All right, cool. Let's go.
We should go do the vault first before we actually go.
Oh
Oh.
yeah, Vault. Yes.
It's not like
Yes. Yes.
I just look at you guys. I'm like, have fun with it. I'm gonna take a nap.
Okay,
We
I
need money
dive in.
for schools.
Can you breathe in the water?
I can. I don't need to
I
breathe.
didn't. Yeah, I have the armor, so I can.
Okay, you can.
This
Okay.
thing.
So how are you gonna get all the gold out? Or how are you gonna get everything out there?
I have a bag of
Hmm.
holding that holds a bit. No, bear all your bags
Oh,
holding.
you mean all the
A
water
lot
that's
of
gonna go
water.
inside?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Oof.
I
Uh,
have 1/5 level left. I can do telekinesis.
I do also have a Tesla's floating disk. It can carry at least 500 pounds. Don't know how it works with water, but
Yeah, it doesn't like fly or anything, or it doesn't move. It just stays there in one place. Like it hovers.
okay, yeah, that won't work up.
No,
So
it won't work even work in the water really. Because there's really no weight there.
Well, I
Technically.
mean, you could put the stuff on it and then pull it up yourself, right?
No, you can't.
Oh.
It doesn't move.
Oh. Hmm.
Yeah, like all
Uh,
is a bit off the ground, so you'd have to like,
You can put it on the ground, the surface, the floor, seafloor, but I mean that's all it's gonna do. It's just gonna
yeah.
stay there.
I'm just gonna hang out and be groovy on the floor.
Just hangs out, he's groovy on tensor, bro.
yeah. Okay. Uh,
What about my magic carpet? It
Is
just
it still
moves
there?
It's
slower.
the same difference. Like
Does it still exist?
it moves slower. Yeah, it can hold stuff like what 800 pounds.
Yeah.
No, I think yours was like 400, and then
400,
no, yeah,
yeah.
whatever. Yeah, you can do that if you want to just take the time.
Yeah. I just throw the
You
carpet at her
will
like
be
take a nap.
because who's you be doing? Because who's you be helping?
I can't go
will.
underwater.
You and Tav. You already have 4 exhaustion.
I
You
do
can.
have 4 exhaustion. I shouldn't be doing anything.
And I will tell you right now, everyone here who helps is going to get a point of exhaustion.
I'm not doing that.
Well, anyone who
Fun path.
can, like the D1 obviously will help, but like he's going to take definitely a point of exhaustion.
I need to be able to move.
Which you technically can't, can you?
I'm at
No,
half speed.
it's
One more,
fine.
You're
I
half
wouldn't
speed.
be able to
You're
move.
half speed. Okay, so
Yeah.
that's right.
Yeah,
Okay.
this isn't casting a 9th level spell when you're when you have no exhaustion.
Yeah. For sure. Gotcha. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so I just go next to the ox on the rock and just lay down.
It's like I'm like I just like high five, man. Respect. You're officially cooler than
Silver's
Sterling.
Wow.
Wow.
Silver's gonna be right next to you,
Not
Biz, as
true.
well.
I'm
So
just gonna
who's gonna help
take the
you?
carpet and DD1 can help a little bit. Steve and I don't know if he can breathe underwater, if that's still up.
It won't be.
He does not need to breathe, so
He does not need to breathe. That's
So
true.
he'll just be drowning, but he won't die.
He won't die, but also he can't. He doesn't have no strength to like lift anything there, so he's not that
yeah.
useful.
So yeah, I'm gonna
What,
go down and
you want to
see
just go
if
down there and see what's down there?
yeah,
Yeah.
and see
Okay.
if it's worth doing a
Oh
bigger
yeah, for sure.
exploration.
So
And just
as you make your swim down there, and like I said, it's like 800 feet down there. So you swing in darkness again. Um, you make your way, and inside the vault, now that it's been cleared, it definitely looks like a prison more than a vault. But in the middle, it looks like to be in this sort of carved out sort of pedestal, lies a massive pile, and it's filled with arts, valuable objects, statues of different varieties. I mean, full statues of jade and emerald, like statues made of pristine minerals. The pile itself looks like to be in the hundreds of thousands. You see gold bars, sorry, gold bullions, very large gold bullions stacked pristinely, covered with seafloor dust, but as you go close and wipe it off, it is pristine gold still. You also see a plethora of cases that hold magical armor and weapons, and these are just +2
uh,
stuff. But you also find um, what looks like to be a case that contains a gold-shotted staff that looks like it's made out of a wood from a mast from a ship. You find a wand adorned with gold and silver inlays and topped with a faceted blue crystal. You find an amulet shaped like a budding flower with a beautiful opal crystal on it. And it has this beautiful multicolored swirl within the crystal itself. And you find a barbed trident made of a mixture of coral and maybe some pearl. The shaft, majority of it is made of a very pristine and probably altered driftwood of sorts. And I think one of the cooler looking ones is this black and dark robe embroidered with a small whites or silver with embroidered with small whites and silver stars.
yeah, throw all of that on the carpet. All the medical stuff at least. And then like a little bit of gold, like as much as I can fit.
I would say that you can hold a good amount, but when you get to the surface, that's going to like quadruple in weight. So I don't know
Okay.
how much do you want to bring with you. I'll tell you right now, there is 500K down there, and the gold bars equate to 20K, and there's about 25 gold bars. Gold bars weigh about 15 pounds. These are big bouillons.
Okay. Oh God.
Mm. They're
Nah.
stamped with an ancient, archaic symbol. You don't recognize this symbol or its crest from like a major banking family or kingdom.
Okay. Yeah. I don't need to take everything on that much. Let's I'm gonna take like how much could the carpet carry? It's 800 pounds. I'm
I don't know
gonna take
what
Let
carpet
me
does he
let me
have.
let me find it real quick.
I think it's
Here
a
we
6x4.
go. 800 pounds. Yeah.
800 pounds, yeah. So I
yeah.
would say you can carry double that in the water, but when you get to the surface, it's gonna be 600, 1600.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just gonna take like 200 pounds or something. We can come back later and take the rest.
You
Okay.
just take it to right below the surface and then use that to start grabbing it and putting it in the bag.
No. That's a good point. Like if you get to the surface, you can slowly push the coins upwards to reach the surface as you still hold the majority of the weight in the water from the buoyancy. And then you can have someone up top with the bag of holding, and you just slowly push force the carpet to go upwards, and the coins will, you know, equate out. But anyways, yeah,
Yeah.
you guys can go back. Hopefully, it's still all there. You guys teleporting to the 202 Walker?
Uh,
I mean, we can.
well, I
We're
mean,
ready.
once Tav's done doing whatever.
Oh yeah, she comes back. Yeah,
All right.
she comes back with
Uh,
a lot of stuff.
I
A
mean,
lot of stuff. She looks
we
at you and she's like, there's a lot of money down there.
So we could we could
There's,
we
I have
we
a lot
could
more
There's a
teleport
pieces.
she's
back.
There's
like
more
there's a
down there.
fortune out there, and I'll tell you right now, the amount she brings back is 250,000. She brought half the pile there with her.
So we
That's
could
good. We
we
need scrolls.
About
we
10, like 15, about 12, 15 gold bullions.
yeah.
So many silver inlaid vials.
We could teleport back and have them come meet her while she's doing all that stuff. Or at
Yeah,
least
you
you
can
could
go back to the
teleport
ship and
back
have
and
your
then bring the
peep.
ship over.
Yeah,
Yeah, we could
yeah,
do that.
you could, yeah, yeah. We're gonna ask our Banu if you have her people help.
Yes, please.
Yeah,
Let's
I
do
think that's a
that.
good idea. All right.
And we'll get
I'll,
we'll
I'll
donate some to the Navy.
sure. I'll tell we should tell Tav and everyone who's staying that we're gonna leave.
Yeah, everyone's around you
Yeah.
guys. The D
Okay,
one there,
good.
everyone's around you guys.
We're gonna do a teleport. You guys stay here and keep working on this, and we'll bring the ship over with the crew, and we'll have some people help.
Oh
Okay.
yeah. I have to give up 40% of whatever my share is to that dragon.
Oh God.
the
Oh, I
the
forgot.
scribe dragon or whatever that I have that's following me writing my book.
That's
You
right
have
in
it
your
on a
book.
40%
Yeah.
chat.
Yeah.
You just
We
gave it you made it rich. That's the richest demon in the underworld right
it's
now.
not a demon.
He's getting
It's
there.
it's just a dragon
Jeez.
guy.
It's a dragon. It's
Dragon,
a
whatever.
little dragon. Little dragon being.
Richest dragon. He's given his own little horde.
Oh, no, he's fun to hook up.
All right, let's get out of here.
So what does your teleport look like again, Biz?
Um, Big black circle appears under us. I mean, they fall through and I sort of float into it.
Very prudent.
Yeah.
So as the ones that are going with you fall through, you return and you arrive on the deck of the 202 Walker, where George is sort of taking a piss. He's like, "Oh, oh,
I
scared the
just
shit out of me."
I hope not, because it looked like you were peeing at the time, which means your pants was up.
Yeah, I could have shit myself too at the same time.
I'm gonna go nap. Can we go to that spot over there where it's now clear? Tav's gonna need help.
Yeah, I guess I'll ask what happened tomorrow.
Thud.
You see Captain Urbano's flagship sort of pull up next to yours, and she says, she calls out saying, "Is everyone okay? Is everyone okay? Is like everyone fine?"
Yeah, we're Veloma makers, and we could use some assistance.
She shakes her head immediately. You
We
can
lost
see
a man.
that there were 7 ships. There are 3 currently sinking and 4 currently captured. One is currently going to be scuttled because it's damaged beyond repairs. But you see that a bunch of freeborns have surrendered, and you notice that these freeborns, like the freeborns you faced earlier, they're not really wearing much armor these days. They all had like demonic tattoos around them, and their eyes were all demonic. Now they look like regular people. You can see that the effects that you have now revealed, the effects that you now have on the islands, and how you've freed the islands from the massive essence and influence of Nicerelia.
Oh, it's totally worth it.
Okay.
Ow.
So the ships and part of the fleet, Nurbanu personally goes with her ship and a couple of her ships. She has 2 salvage ships with her, so she's going to bring them over. And as soon as she arrives, along with the 2 Ocean 2 Walker, Narzan just looks over the side with everyone else, all the other companions. She's like, "That's a lot of gold."
Yeah. We just killed a demigod.
It's
So
a lot of
it
work.
with Tav and the D1 both still haggard and tired from the encounter, direct the salvage op with the salvage teams, and it takes another couple hours to get everything out. Um, it takes another hour to get everything out, and by that end, you've accumulated on the deck of the 2 Ocean 2 Walker 500,000 gold pieces, 25 2 foot by 1 foot gold bullions, 3 cases, each containing an assortment of armor, magical armor, or mastercraft or masterwork armors and weapons, from rapiers to spears to um, shields, pole arms, and such, along with magical items that Tav has procured: a staff, a wand, amulets, and a trident and a robe with stars on it.
What's that? What's that amulet about?
You are asleep.
I know.
So
I
The
know.
next day, I will say the next day, you all take a full rest. It's too much
Yay.
to deal with at this moment. The D1 returns, actually heads over to the Commodore Nabaanu's ship, and Nabanu gives him her room, um, as per courtesy, as he is the D1, the governor of the region.
Hmm.
She gives her room for the night, as seeing that he is just covered in viscera and torn up. He says you can hear Tab, you can hear them pass by and talk, and the D1's just like, sand swimmers are good folk. And he taps, puts a hand on her shoulder, is about to walk away, and then returns back, a little reckless, but good folk. Taps it again and walks past her. She's like, "Yep."
As she remembers how we saved her.
Yep.
Trauma memory revisualized.
Oh God. Oh.
Biz, you go into your low state mode, and Mind Rack leaves you alone. He leaves you alone for the remainder of the night, and Silver just stays near you and gives you a hug, thanking that you did not perish. She says, you pulled the Sterling there. Just want to let you know."
Yeah, it wasn't my proudest moment. Um,
No, but I'm sure Sterling would have enjoyed it if he was here.
yeah, probably. Uh, I'm glad you were right. Things started going really south, and I was just scared. I did what I had to, I suppose.
How did you know that the staff was going to do that? It's going to kill both of them.
The charge thought it was the right choice. I didn't want to listen to it, but I mean, I figured it must have been worth trying in a case where we couldn't even kill the thing. And I figured when we killed it, would it even kill the Krakens with it, or would we have to deal with those separately? I figured uh, best option, uh, surprisingly, somehow.
She sort of scoffs at when you mention best option. And she's just like, it's funny that you and Mine would think that would be the best option when to me, a nobody, an outsider, I'm not the smartest bunch in the bunch. It seemed probably one of the most reckless things I've ever witnessed or even conceived of. But
I don't know. I guess everyone else is just rubbing off on me. I
yeah, that's the worst part, honestly.
It's
I
really
just feel
concerning.
like we're taking more bigger risks as the days go on, as this adventure continues.
High five.
I don't know if we can keep playing it safe when we're going against things this big.
She looks at you and says, "Remember, you said you wouldn't at least put your life at risk every time, right? You still need to accomplish what Sterling finished, but also you can't just leave me too."
Oh,
I know. I I just didn't want a situation where we couldn't finish what we started. And
That's what I'm sort of becoming afraid of the more and more this continues. I'm starting to regret now because I'm seeing what it's happening to you as well. And I see now my own. I just hope that Mind Rack, or I just hope that that shard doesn't do something even more egregious in the future that you think is a good idea. I hope that you aren't always seeing eye to eye with it. I hope that you're still you, independent.
I I think
I just hope that you can still say no in the end.
yeah, I hope so too. I got angry at it when we were down there. It showed me a vision of me without any power. uh, how it used to be. Uh, I
What
guess it
did you?
was the idea of being back to what it was is nice, but I guess being powerless scares me. Uh, while I'm in control, I will not let it determine what I do. I just uh, I want to make sure that what I do isn't gonna leave something harmful for everyone else to deal with. I don't want to open a demigod out into the world and leave you and the rest of the world to deal with it.
She nods her head. She doesn't say much afterwards. She simply, you think you can see that she's pondering on things, and she eventually goes into her own low state mode and take her long rest.
Okay. Can I say I also just got Rakadi and Orestes and told them about Kasan.
They're, I'm sure they were well aware and were the first ones to prepare the body and prepare it for holding. There's a barge, part of the Nirvana's fleet, that holds um, the dead. They can put a some sort of spell to keep it in stasis for the moment. That's like a minor ritual. It's not nothing too magical, but um, they can. Some of the priests will, if you wish to have the body stored over there for the meantime being.
Uh,
Um,
yeah, I think so.
all right. So the following morning is a beautiful, bright, sunny day, and it truly feels beautiful out as there is not a hint of darkness in the area at all. You can perfectly see the other islands, Zihi and the other one. I forgot what it's called. Um,
The island that has yet to be destroyed.
there's several. Thankfully. Um, the nearby island of Sesdux and Zehe. So, for the party, if you want to look on the Torn Atolls map, there's some changes that have been made. And as you awake, your various compatriots and subordinates tell you that obviously Nirbanu is going to be heading out and securing the area. Um, she does leave a message saying that the Grand Admiral would like to speak with you, and also would want to find out if the D1 is still alive. But also bring news that Palmbrick has been secured, and
Woo.
Melchett has quote unquote killed the Perpetual, or at least has defeated it for now.
Oh, thank
How
God. I didn't want
did
to go
he do
back to that
that?
right now.
So you can like I said, if you want to, you can head over to Palm Brick. One, you probably will have to unless you talk to the D1, it's up to him. But you can take the D1 back to the Grand Admiral who's over at Palm Brick with Molchiad's forces. Um, but yeah, there's also an interesting fact. Along with the Perpetual, another was captured by Zuvex, who had been considered MIA all this time. And when they were being described by the report from Rubanu, both Riccati and George and who else? Godolina, duh, both recognize it as one of the. It was a while ago, but when the Hibis Corps attacked Ox's village,
Hmm.
there were some interesting, unique characters. You know, a Aarakocra or a Kenku with a great axe, and a person with an owl. There was a young man with white eyes and short cut hair, dark skinned. He was the only one that managed to escape that encounter with you before you all rushed into um,
Oh God.
over into the gates where that led you to Acheron. Apparently, he is resurfaced and he was on the island and he was captured by Zuvix. It seems that Zuvix was hunting him, and now they have an informant, someone who is alive of the Hibis corpse. So
Mm.
it would pique your curiosity. You should probably head your way there to see how Molshi had managed to kill the Perpetual and interrogate this Hibis corpse agent.
Okay, well, we need to rest
Um,
anyway, so absolutely.
yeah, it's gonna. I mean, still take you a few days to get back there. You can also meet the Vice Admiral Nikitas, who is imprisoned at Palm Break, along with his entire remaining force from the expeditionary fleet. About 4,000 sailors and marines. So now there's a new force that has been added to your alliance, and it is growing, and spirits are high. As you leave the Nirbanu's fleets, as they continue making their way in and around Zehe Isle, the waters are calm. You don't feel this encroaching doom or evil. Now, I will say though, I need Ox and Sterling to make wisdom saving throws again as
Oh,
Nurbanu. As you
Yeah,
make one last goodbye to, you meet and then you say goodbye to Nurbanu and her crew.
mhm.
Sterling.
Is it curse
Don't
related?
fuck with them.
oh,
Oh, yeah, but you get
Okay.
advantage.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
One.
15,
oh,
Close. No, I got 14.
which means I probably failed.
I have
I also
advantage
failed.
also.
I
This
that was with advantage. It was a
So,
9 and a 14.
would you roll, Ox?
15.
Anything besides +0, it'd be going well.
So as Nurbanu and them leave or making their way, you both walk back to your ship, and suddenly the urge to enact violence emerges. The rampart boards are pulled away and the ship is leaving, and you turn around, but there's no one there. So you both look at your nearby people would probably be Silver and
Would it not be each
Goldalina.
other?
Actually, yeah, would be each other. So you guys can attack each other.
Yeah.
Okay, good. I'd rather do that than
Yeah,
silver.
let's go ahead and do it this way. I'm
No,
gonna
it would make
fucking
sense.
kill you.
I'll switch
It's
up a
just
little Ray of
it's just
Frost.
all of it's just all of a sudden you just turn at each other and you just want to hurt each other so bad.
I'm gonna rationalize it with "You'll never be him."
oh god.
God,
This is for silver.
this is just so
Reckless.
Oh shit, I rolled really well with the
oh
damage. A 20 to
God.
hit, so I assume hits, right?
Yeah, he
Yeah,
he only has a 15 AC.
yeah, 15. And I rolled a 32 to
Yeah,
hit you, my friend.
Yeah, I have a
nice.
11 AC, so I think you hit. 29 damage to you.
All right. Uh, 15 damage to you because I did not I did not smite you.
Yeah,
Okay.
so you are immediately hit by frost, but through the frost, you stubborn through it, and your swing connects, clipping his just recently healed shoulder. And Urbano looks over, and she's like, "What is?"
And I just walk up and slap Ox in the face and then slap this
Oh,
and remove curse on both of them.
okay. What level?
I only have level 3, so I probably got to roll
With
for
the
it.
roll. Yeah, so roll for Ox first.
Okay, let's see here. That's a that's a 1.
All right. So yeah, nothing happened there. But roll for Biz.
Is it's 9 plus 5, 14.
14. Okay.
Yeah.
As both of them sort of get slapped and feel the magic, Tav, you don't think it was strong enough to remove it. As you can still see dark, faint gray outlines around their eyes. And for both of you, you still see that somewhat gray haze that sort of impairs your vision. Sort of. From time to time, it can, but for the most part, you can still see.
Roar!
Okay, I'm gonna do level 5. Just I gonna still attack. What the fuck are you doing? I'm
You're gonna do a 5 on each one?
gonna do level 5 of them. See
Okay.
what happens.
Okay. Still does not happen. It is still low level. So you have to roll.
Okay. Oh, not 20.
There you go. So Ox is good.
I see,
And on this, come on. 12 plus 5, 17.
Sounds good. Yeah.
so we beat the hell out of each other and go, oh, we were cursed again. Got it.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Sorry,
I
yes.
told you to stop doing that.
You didn't say anything until just now.
I think he
I said
deserves
it
a little
before
bit.
after you attacked me. Remember.
Also,
I'm sorry, Tav.
Yeah. Also,
why do you have to slap us in order to remove the curse?
I don't have to. It's just fun.
It's part of the
Oh, you're an asshole.
code. Well,
Understood.
Understandable. Have a nice day.
Thank you. I go lay back down. Oh wait, no. I'm still exhausted, but I'm gonna go take a meander at the amulet just to get a look at it, because nothing else seems really
Uh,
interesting.
I'm gonna use identify before you do anything with it.
Are you sure? You sure you shouldn't just let me attune to it and see what happens?
Yes, I'm very sure about that.
Aren't you done? We just almost tried to kill each other with the curse, and you're like, oh, well, what if I got another?
Just an undercut. Like you're bald right now. Like I can see the sun in your head. Like
Yeah, it hurts to
Oh,
look at your head. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
so by the way, yeah, about that. So I wasn't kidding.
Does it blind us
Um,
when we look at it?
yeah, so what'd you roll? You rolled a 44?
yeah.
Um, oh no,
For
it's 17.
17.
So yeah, so on a bright sunny day, um, on a bright sunny day, Ox has the option once a day to blind a creature that can see him within 60 feet. If the creature, if looking, must make a dex saving throw, DC 20, or become blinded for 1d4 hours. You can do that
So you
once a
get to
day, Ox.
choose.
It's you, Ox. You get to do that, yeah, once a day.
oh
You can blind. So
god.
if it's a bright sunny day, it has to be sunlight,
Wow, you're so
direct bright
powerful.
sunlight.
I just look at him like, never remove this curse.
It's like a mirror. I
Wow.
mean, it's so like polished.
Wow.
Put some
I don't
turtle
want to
wax on
remove
it
it
now.
either.
I used to like my hair, but it turns out hair is overrated.
You Mr. Clean.
Yes. I'm a blue buff Mr. Clean.
Mr. Clean was already buff. You just blue instead of white.
Exactly.
Oh god.
You go over to the amulet.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm gonna
Tab
talk to
said
the
she was
Oh,
gonna
identifier.
do
you're gonna
the
identify him.
identify
You're
first.
gonna identify him.
I'm gonna push him
Yeah.
aside.
Okay.
Fine.
So
You wait your turn.
starting off with the staff, um, I have yet to put in D&D Beyond. I forgot to do them, so I'm doing it right now. But the staff is called the Staff of the Armada. It requires an attunement by a wizard.
Mm.
So none of us.
So none of us, but
Spoiled again.
yeah. Basically, it counts as a quarterstaff, a +2 quarterstaff when on a ship, +1 when off a ship. The staff has 10 charges, and you can use the charges to cast the following spells: Control Water, Fog Cloud, Gust of Wind, Water Walk, Ray of Frost, without using charges. The wand is called the Wand of Treasure Finding.
I know he's gonna take that one.
While holding it, you can use an action to expend one charge to speak its command word. For 1 minute, you know the direction and approximate distance of the nearest massive collection of precious metals or minerals within 60 feet. You can concentrate on a specific metal or mineral, such as silver, gold, or diamonds. And we can get to more of that when you have the item. The amulet is called the Amulet of Sustaining Health. While wearing this amulet, you need to eat and drink only once every 7 days. In addition, you have advantage on saving throws against effects that would cause you to suffer a level of exhaustion.
Yep.
Trident of the Yearning Tide requires attunement. All these require attunement, by the way. The trident, it has 3 charges. It's a +2 trident, and regains 1d3 charges daily at dawn. Has 2 abilities. One's called Call Sea Life, so you can use an action to conjure animals. Creatures some must be beasts that can breathe water. And then the Yearn for the Tide feature. When you hit a creature with a melee attack using this trident, you can use a bonus action to expend one of its charges to force the target to make a DC 17 Wiz saving throw. On a failure, the target must spend its next turn leaping into the nearest body of water and swimming toward the bottom. A creature that can breathe underwater automatically succeeds on the save throw. If no water is in the target's line of sight, the target automatically succeeds on the save throw.
Oh.
You make them
Basically,
want to drown.
yes.
That's horrifying.
And then the last one is the Robe of Stars. 6 stars located in the robe's upper front portion are particularly large while wearing this robe. You can use an action to pull one of the stars and use it to cast Magic Missile at 5th level. Daily at dusk, 1d6 removed stars reappear on the robe. While you wear the robe, you can use your action to enter the astral plane, along with everything you are wearing and carrying. You remain there until you are using action to return to the plane where you were on. You reappear in the last position space you occupied, or if that space is occupied, the nearest occupied space, unoccupied space.
I changed my mind. I want the robe.
You do realize that you get teleported to the astral plane, right?
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
Half the robe is useless to you.
I know that you were like, oh, I get to go to the astral plane, but I'm like, you go to the astral plane.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Cool, cool. So yeah, those are the four magic items, and then like I said, 500,000 gold pieces, 25
Right.
bullions that equate to 25,000 gold.
How much of this do we want to? We're putting a lot of this into scrolls. I'll put that out front. I think that we should get some greater restoration, get back our petrified allies.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I did actually contact Jeffrey. We are getting some. But we can also get potions.
The D1 will also interject, and he says, I do not mean to impose, but I do know of your relationship with the Church of Palor.
Uh-huh.
He looks over at the gold and says, maybe if you gave a sizable donation in recompense for the loss of their high priest, they could make amends with you.
Hmm.
I think that's a good
And
idea. I'm still not even sure why they're really mad at us. We're not the ones that did it.
Yeah, but we were there, so they're like
We
kind of
tried to
Well,
save
we should have
him.
association.
protected them. I
Yeah,
wasn't
but they
there either.
don't
I don't know what's
care.
going on. How much would you consider a sizable donation?
uh, the Church of Palor here in the Federation, unlike its counterparts over in the Empire on Deus, I would say 100K would be suffice. Well more than they deserve, and it would show that you truly seek forgiveness for the loss of Kamos, which we all feel the loss still. But more
Hmm.
importantly, it could mend the relationship with you, the Sandstormers, which I think you will be greatly needing. Us in general, too, now that we can now all serve together as one in the Grand Province.
So
Sure.
let's math this out. 500K, 100K is going to the church.
Yep.
Yeah.
So we have 400K.
Just all these flavors. I'm choosing to be salty. Like the sea.
Who wants to give it to the church?
I'll give
It
it to the
probably shouldn't be
church.
me. It probably shouldn't be
Oh,
you. I think it should be Tab, or maybe it should just be Jeffrey.
let's go with Jeffrey. He sounds like he's a middleman.
If they know what I am, they're not gonna want me near them.
I'll go.
Ox
Yeah.
is, they know what Ox is. They don't want him near them.
No one knows what I am.
We all know what you are.
No, you don't.
You're an asshole.
Oh,
Exactly.
you do know what I am.
So Jeffrey will do that,
Mhm.
or we'll ask him to. But and then 400K. How do you want to divvy that up? Wanted to give some to the
425K if we're talking, if we're including the gold bullions.
Hmm.
425.
420, sorry, 420.
420. Okay.
What would
420
it
left.
420, light up.
They're spending all on weed.
On some, what I call
The
it?
gold leaf.
Gold leaf.
Gold leaf. Hey man, I'm still down for the casino
Boat.
boat
Casino
dojo.
boat. I still want to have them.
Casino dojo
We
boat.
should give 100K to the city of Macerna.
Nice
Yeah.
brownie points.
Yeah.
Really outdo Molshiad, huh?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's exactly what my thought was.
100K. No one's ever donated 100K.
just,
No
just,
one, not even
just,
Molshiad.
just like from this point forward, I just look at Molshiad and just wink.
So we have 320 left if we donate 100K to the city.
Perfect. If you guys don't mind, can I take the 20K and just give it to this dude so we're caught up for a bit? I just point to my dragon.
Yeah, so there's this gray and bronze looking scale dragon who has like a little goatee and mustache. He has a little monocle on his right snout, and he has a parchment rolled up hanging from a chain necklace around its neck. He wasn't even there, but now he's there. He's just like, hmm, payment, please.
What is your job?
Hmm?
What is your job?
His job is to write our story. Well, mine, but ours. As long as you're in my story. That's exactly what I say.
I am merely a humbling traveling writer.
That's insane.
Okay.
Yeah, you can have 20K. Whatever.
As you like push like 20K, he just expands his mouth and he consumes all of it.
Okay.
Okay, that
I literally just turn around and go, "What the hell?" All
And then you
right.
see him pull out his you see him sort of snap his two clawed fingers and a miniature like parchment book with a golden quill appears and starts writing. It says, continuing writing after payment has been fulfilled.
He's on pause, huh?
He's on pause. There's no
Okay.
autoquill is just going away. But then as soon as you turn around, he's gone. He's not there. He tries to stay out of sight as much as possible.
Sweet.
Okay, so we have 300K left.
Yep. Hey, look at that.
That's a lot of
It's a
money.
lot
It's
of
the most
money.
money I think you guys. It's the most you've
It's the most
ever
we've ever had at one time.
found.
Yeah.
Okay. We should get
Looted.
should we give 100K to the war effort here?
Yes.
Like to whoever is in charge, like the admiral
Nurbanu,
if
the
she's
war
okay.
effort, the
Bonner.
Commodore, the Admiral, the D1. Hey, let's make a donation to everyone that has helped.
Okay,
We should
so
probably just give it to one person, they can handle it. So we
yeah.
don't
Yeah,
have to
yeah,
go around and
yeah,
give
yeah,
it to every person.
yeah, 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 yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So who are we giving the 100K to? This the Navy general?
Well, we got the. Did the D1 go with Nurbanu?
No, Demon's with you. He's
Huh.
going back. I thought you guys had to take him back to
Yeah,
Grand
yeah,
Admiral
we're
by
gonna
access.
take
Yes,
it
that's what
back.
we're doing.
Yeah. The
And
Grand Admiral, that's just easier.
Yeah,
She's the leader of everything, so
yeah. He can distribute the wealth,
Okay,
and we can make sure that he
so
does it through just
100K.
absolute carnage and fear.
I don't
You
think we need
better
to do
do
that,
this
but
the
all
right
right.
way. We'll find out.
Grand Admiral. All right, let's go 200K left.
Okay.
the only thing we need are potions and scrolls of everything.
Okay.
And I don't know how much that cost.
Um,
So
we can get a lot of what we're talking about with 200K. I think so.
yeah, I
Depends on
didn't think we
how
would spend
much we
all
want.
the
I think we should really talk out. How much of everything do we want?
from what we have learned, at least, we need a lot of strong healing potions because we have almost died like 50 times on these islands. We need greater restoration scrolls because we always turn to stone or get cursed or stuff like that. Doesn't help with curses, but yeah, other stuff. And we need resurrection scrolls because people die around us. It's pretty weird how many people have died around us.
It's not weird at all.
It feels weird in
No, I
here.
just look you dead in the eye, Tab, and I'm like, look, our choices of what led to their death, so it's not weird. The fact that they
Okay,
still
yeah.
follow us is the weird part. No offense,
Yeah, it's really
George.
weird.
Yeah, that is exactly. George is like, what? What? You leave me on the boat, I'm fine.
Like 100K would probably go a
Okay,
long
worth of
way.
just like all of those. All right. So another 100K to potions and scrolls.
It would probably go a long way, I would think.
Yeah,
we
that
we
should
do we
be good.
do need to reimburse Molsiat a bit because he's helped out a lot.
Do we?
Yeah,
I feel like he's an arbiter. I think if he wanted to get payment, he would have made a contract.
he's an ex-arbiter, so he can't do that anymore.
he's an ex-arbiter.
He's
Well, I
retired.
think it
He's
should have been
retired.
discussed.
But okay,
But
okay.
I'm
All
not
right.
giving him
So
shit until he discusses it with me.
real quick. So real quick on my end, you are giving 100K to the Church of Palor,
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
100K to the Navy,
Yep.
Yes.
Yes.
Well,
100K to the city, or
Yes.
both,
yes.
or is that up to both the city and the Navy?
So the
No,
so
once
the
the city, once the
Oh,
Navy,
yeah,
right?
okay.
yeah, one's to the
That's what
city,
I
and then
thought.
we're giving one to the admiral to dole out to the war
Sure.
effort.
That's what I
Yeah.
meant.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah,
And
right.
then
The Navy war
20K
effort.
went to
Sure.
the dragon, and then 100K is going to the potions and scrolls.
20K to
And then we're gonna have
Tech
100K
Dragon,
left that we need to figure out what we need to do with.
100K
And the
to
least reasonable one is the one that said we should give it to Molshiad. And I just look at him
Bullshit.
like,
Yeah.
look, this is one of those things where not only do we give him
I would.
money, but we also gave more money to the city than he knows what to do with, so it's like a double slap in the face.
Yeah, I'm gonna say right now, no one agrees with you.
Wait,
all the
we got a
subordinates, they don't
fortune, and
agree.
you're like, hey,
Like
let's go
Kumal,
to our
Kumal,
worst enemy right now.
Narzan doesn't
No, I'm not
agree.
worst enemy, but like,
Riccardi's like, no.
it's psychotic ox.
Even Steven's like, no, fuck him.
You want to be petty with 100,000 gold?
Yeah, like even Godolina's like, no, like the 100K to the city is a slap in the face already. We don't need to give him any.
Listen, the man,
Fine.
we have given the man plenty.
Yeah,
All right,
the
I already
man-
made a deal with the man to do whatever he wants. I don't need to give him 100K.
Everyone slowly just looks. What do you mean, do whatever he wants?
He wants the fucking Titan spawn, but
So
listen, it's a
as you
different
say that,
conversation.
all of you sort of feel a disturbance out near the waters of the isles that you're currently anchored at,
Uh-oh.
and all of you look over, you actually see the large squid, tree squid, swimming now in the water, and accompanied by now what looks like to be 20 to 25 of those trogodons, those half troglodytes, half lizard creatures, and they're swimming in the ocean water towards you. And Biz, you didn't feel it up until probably about maybe 10 seconds ago, but you didn't know what it was until because you're in the heat of this argument, like, why are we gonna help this man? So you're too caught off with guard. But you turn around and you're just like, now you can sense them. And as they approach, you can see that the troglodytes or the trogodons are there for you, but the squid just sort of accompanied them.
Mm.
Mind rack enters your mind, says, this one knows obedience. You should keep this creature, as he gestures to the squid. Since he is powerful enough to not be controlled by you, but independent enough to think for itself, it is here on its own volition. So Mind rack does speak some truth to that. And it's only a matter of time before you can submit to him. But at the same time, I mean, it's up to you. You want to just get to that point where you can just make him submit to you or gain its favor through loyalty and experience. It's your path, you know what I mean? You don't have to be the Primal Guardian. You could be a different type of Primal Guardian. But with the Trogodons, now you can control these means. They've come for control. You can feel that they need to be controlled. They need purpose. And the primordial essence from the shard within resonates within you. It is a feeling that of obligation. Your choice, obviously. But this is something that you may not want to miss out on. Not to mention, having 25 of these large Trogodons at your disposal is pretty good. Also could be really handy. Because these guys pack a wallop.
Yeah. I think
I just go, wait. This is a coincidence, yeah? So
Yeah,
you're,
yeah.
you're
Even George is like, do we shoot at them or no?
no, don't shoot, please.
As like the
I-
big cannon, ethereal cannon's like hovering above him. It's like, give me the word.
We shouldn't. Unless we want to start repairing the ship again, I feel like maybe
Oh, we're at 60%. It needs some more repairs.
Exactly, and we want to go to like 20. Like, it's
if we're
lots.
lucky.
I think Fizz wants to control the Troglodons,
Okay.
but doesn't really want to try to take over the squid. I don't know. There's something about it being a little bit more, I guess, like
Yeah, it's a greater Titan spawn, so they
Yeah.
have more sentience and more
more sentience
capacity.
and more like intelligence. Is like
Correct.
isn't
But
like
like I
the
said, Mind
Titan
Rack is
spawn.
like, you can always revert back to the old way and just say, nah, let's make it easy. So yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm giving you the choice. But if you want to control the Trogodons, you
Yeah.
definitely can right now. So You can go ahead. So you go ahead and force your will on the Trogonons, however that is, through your psychic entity, your psychic mind. Um, the spell would save DC. They're gonna automatically fail because, like I said, you're starting to understand that Titan spawns are of the hive mind mentality. They need a greater being to direct it because they are meant for lesser purposes. But in number, they can achieve greater things. But they need a leader, and that's what Primal Guardians and sort of greater Titan spawns do. But a Primal Guardian, I mean, you're a highly sentient creature. You have ambitions, you have goals, so you can use these towards those ends. At least that's how it's always been. So influencing your well, empowering and I don't know how are you like forcibly like enter their minds or how is it how do you seize the minds of these Titan spawns that are now going to be serving your will?
I think it's him sort of holding his hand out, and it feels like something crawling into their head and like
Ugh.
not taking over, but just kind of like in place and like kind of controlling them from behind. Sort
Oh
of
God, you
like
turned their
more
brain into
telling
a
them what to do
joystick.
than like actually just being like fully taking over.
I
Uh,
got you. You bleed into these sort of blank-minded creatures, and you sort of give it like a spark of energy in a way, a spark of direction. It is very easy to tell and command these creatures. They are smart enough to understand the simplest commands, and they are smart enough to understand what you're trying to expect from them. But you can already start imagining in your mind of situations where if you tell them to do something too specific, they would probably fumble themselves. With that, the Trogodons who feel like an extension of you now. They feel like parts of you that have sort of taken that have left you and are just nearby, and you can sort of just always take them in again. I will say that you can always eat one of these creatures to regain health as well. At level 18, sorry. In addition, you can regain HP by consuming the flesh and brains of these creatures. Um,
And I'm the loose cannon.
I
Yes,
haven't
you
done it
are.
yet.
Oh.
So right now there are 25 of them. And they are pretty high level. I think they are CR 8 or 9, maybe around there. Um at CR 8 or 9, they are if you eat one of them, you can gain 60 10 plus player character level HP back.
Yeah.
Now, typically, when you're going into encounters, you can only take 10 Titan spawns with you, and those are like lesser Titan spawns. So if you take the squid, you can only take the squid, not 10 Titan spawns, like lessers. Yeah, it's either or.
Okay.
Um, you can do this whole control thing, um, over like around a mile, as long as you can see and they can see you and hear you. And you have to expend a charge from your shard to do so. So you will have to expend a charge, two charges on these Trogodons for the shard. Even better, you can see through one of these creatures at any given time by spending an action and your character is sitting and not doing anything, which makes them vulnerable. But you can see through the eyes and ears, and you can basically sense, you can use and monitor through their senses, not yours. This can go out to about 10 miles. So you send a Trogodon on your, as you guys are probably making your way towards back up the northern coast of Thar Island, towards Palm Brick. You can test it out.
Okay.
Hmm.
So now there's a trail of 25 floating gator heads behind your ship, along with a squid on the far starboard. Everyone's very enthralled, but also a little bit worried at the sudden increasing of monsters. But they know that it's under Biz control. They trust Biz because Biz is pretty scary right now.
We
Not gonna
trust him
lie, a
through
lot of
fear.
yeah, it's starting to feel like that.
It's just like, maybe I should have smashed him.
I did not say that. But anyways, um, so it's going to be another 2-day journey. Is there anything you guys wanted to do, talk about, talk to? Do you guys want to tune some of these items?
Um, hmm. Nope, because everything I have is either connected to me on a
That's fine. Once
whatever
I get them
level.
on D&D Beyond, I'll let you guys know so you guys can pick through them and
Okay.
stuff. But where are you guys gonna store these? Who's holding on to these items? Where do you put them stored on the ship?
The bottom of the ship, I suppose.
Yeah, or in one of our bags.
Do we
either way.
have a thingamabobber?
Don't think so.
I have a sailing ship in my
There we
inventory.
go. We have the ocean. We have the ocean walker, which is now the 2 Ocean 2 walker.
Yep.
So all that's on the 2 Ocean 2 walker is just the loot that you have now. By the way,
Wonderful.
I'm gonna. So what? So what's the leftover like gold?
We have 100K left after
Okay.
everything.
So we can each take like, I don't know. I'm gonna give a portion of mine to like my peoples, like whatever. So
Yeah. Well, what's 100K? I guess it's 33K to each of us if you want to
yeah,
split evenly.
yeah. With like one person getting an extra gold somewhere in there.
Yeah. You can have it, Tav.
Yeah,
Yay!
because you're the one that
I know you love
so
treasure.
so fucking needing the treasure.
I think the same day that I get the control of the Troglodons, I go below deck to like a room where no one else is in. I'm gonna cast Wish and recreate the spell, um, create homunculus,
okay.
um, and just make a little. If you're cool with it, make a little like Titan spawn. Doesn't like really do anything, but it just
What
kind
does it
of
look like?
it's like a like purple fleshed ball, I guess, with very like frog like legs,
God.
uh, and a like large mouth that like goes all the way across it. And it's like tiny little beady black eyes, little holes for ears, and little like human arms. It's maybe like 2 feet tall. Uh,
Why?
I don't know. I like it. All right. Yeah. He looks up at you. It's just like. "Wah, wah,
can't
wah,
understand everything I say, but can't speak.
oh."
Wonderful.
The large Titan spawn that you still know as that you still know as Orestes is actually talking to it, and the creature is like, oh, and Orestes is like, "Ugh, ugh," and you're just like, what the fuck's going on? And Silver's just looking at like down at like she's at the top of the stairs into the main like the lower deck, and she's looking into the darkness. So like there's light coming down the stairway. She's at the top. She's looking down to darkness. Covered in darkness is Sterling. Is Biz, and these two,
R.I.P.
one a homunculi, and then Orestes. And there's these weird noises, and Biz is just like, and Silver's like, I've lost him too, haven't I?
That's when I
I've
walk
lost
up,
him
pat
and
her on the back,
Sterling.
and go, "Yep," and I walk away.
All right, yeah. So does it like walk around with you, and do you like keep it with you around, or do you just like leave him here down here, or you keep him out of sight?
I probably leave them there, and then I go up deck and tell everyone to like, I'm there's another creature I have made.
Yeah. So you're telling everybody, and unbeknownst to you, George is walking down to go take a piss, um, and you just hear like, "Oh God damn, what is that?"
Be nice to him. You can understand what you're saying.
And he runs up. He's like, "What in the hells are that? The hell was that? It's just garging at me in the corner of the hold. The heck is that thing?
Apparently, he made a
Uh,
pervert.
A what?
well, honestly, I don't know what you're going down to do.
I was
But
gonna go take a piss down in the.
in the ship,
Yeah, there's a hole in the bottom of the ship.
Yeah?
oh yeah, yes, there is. Yeah,
Technically, it's where. How was some? All right, either I'm just gonna point my ass over the rails and okay.
uh,
He was using the poo bucket.
it it's not a poop bucket. It's an actual. Anyways, have you all just been shitting over the rails this entire time?
I don't have those bodily functions.
I'm not talking to you in silver.
Yes.
Let's into it.
Okay, well, I know maybe you probably were the only one. Curious did say that he was getting sick of cleaning one side of the ship for some odd reason. Anyways, Gordelina's just like, okay, you created this creature for what purpose, though, Bismuth?
Um,
It's to
I
study?
yes, I wanted to see what I could do.
I see.
Did you name it?
His name is Billard.
Oh, I was gonna suggest Herbert.
Billard!
Oh, you said his name.
I'm
That's
I'm Billard. My creator has no, I was kidding. He's not. He doesn't, you can't understand what he's saying. He only talks to. He only can communicate with Bismuth. And even if you
he's
do, it's like fragmented thoughts of the
yeah.
creature.
He's not gonna hurt anyone. He's gonna hang around me, I guess. Uh,
George, they're what's his name? Gibby's just like, Did you have to make him so weird looking though?"
uh,
And Lorenzo just kicks him, like knees him in like near the balls.
you can understand what you're saying. And I I don't know what his temper's like, so I'd be careful insulting him to his face.
Noted. Oh shit. The family jewels. So Gordon Leah turns around and is like, so we're on our way to Palm Bright to see the situation there.
Yeah.
What's the plan afterwards? Now that the seas seem to be very clear, I would assume the Admiral and Urbanu have a plan of attack. But what of us?
I
We still need to find Australia and
Yeah.
Yalkates for that matter. Put an end to this.
yeah.
Yeah, I think they're up on, I don't know how to pronounce that, Agahuk Island.
Eh?
Huh?
Akhaug?
I will
Agahuk
say
Island.
this with her
Akhaug?
with her powers as weakened as they are, they might be having their own troubles right now, which buys us a little time.
Godolina, yeah. Godolina nods her head, along with a good majority of your companions. In
Sometimes
agreement.
the best chaos is the chaos they didn't plan for. And then I just like look over the edge of the boat.
Okay. Oh, I'm not gonna deal with that. Okay.
Moment of clarity.
Uh, you guys are still out of actions for a couple of days, right?
Like 7 more actually.
Yeah, or we can get greater restoration. But
Yeah.
that would require us getting greater restoration.
Yeah.
Speaking of, I should call Jeffrey really quick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
I will send
Yeah.
Jeffrey with Descending Stone.
Okay.
While he's doing that, I'm gonna walk over to Tav and be like, Tav, do you ever think that your predilection to always trying to find treasure is going to eventually lead to your downfall? Just
Not
something to think
really.
about. I just walk off.
Why? Why did it? What was the point of that conversation?
Nobody knows.
Moments of clarity.
So you call Jeffrey.
Yes. Oh, speaking to things then. We have finished work here. 100K to potions and scrolls. What do you have so far?
You get a response not too long after that says from Jeffrey. I managed to procure some spell scrolls. It's a lot harder, and it's even worse when the Church of Palor is not giving in to any charity whatsoever. But I managed to procure a scroll of resurrection, 3 lesser restorations, 2 graders, 2 remove curses at level 4, and 1 at level 8. I've also managed to procure some healing from donations from local citizens here in the city of Macerna and in other places within the Grand Province.
Okay. Actually, might just leave the ship now, teleport away, and then
Okay.
You could
I'll.
you could take the 100K with you and have
That's what I'm
Jeffrey
doing.
deliver it to the church.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm gonna take the 200, 300K because we need some
Yes,
for the city as well.
city,
Um,
ours, and the church.
so I'll set that all in the bag, and then I'll teleport to Jeffrey or the home, and try to find Jeffrey.
Okay. So, you teleport. How's your teleporting? So you can teleport spell.
Yeah,
So you're teleporting to where?
the Sea Breeze home.
Sea Zone. Okay. Do you want to send another message to Jeffrey to meet you there, or are you just gonna head him? Because you'll probably find him at the tower.
I'll send a message to meet me at the home.
Okay. So you send a message, probably, you probably wait maybe a few minutes, and then you disappear, or you teleport. What's your teleport to look like again?
Just circle on the ground. Just like a void appears on the surface of the ship, and
Right,
I
and you just hover
drop
down
in.
into it.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Oh,
It's very, very jarring to many when they don't see it very often. It's just like, dude, he just falls into like a gravity well.
before he goes, I hand him another piece of the ship in case he didn't think about it.
I have a piece
He
of the
has a piece.
two-person
Okay.
two-walker. Yeah, it's all right.
So
Stop
you
ripping apart the ship.
Yeah,
Huh?
as you plunge into the sunken hole, where you appear falling down of a sunken hole above you as it closes up, and you appear in your furnished and built, or renovated Breeze home. Um, as you make your way out, immediately Jeffrey is there with an entourage this time. You see that Jeffrey's wearing a better, more colorful uniform as his new position. You see, there's a bunch of scholars and writers, scholars and archivists, scribes, mostly keeping notes and stuff. You see, that he's being bombarded with all these bureaucratic documentations. You can see he's tired, but you see that some local looks like guards for the guild hall are accompanying him, about four of them. But there's also two people with him too who seem to just be one, they stick out because they don't look like, well, they look like adventurers, but they don't look like freelancers. Um, I'll get to them in a minute, but one is a dwarf and one is a looks like to be a wood elf woman with white hair. Uh, Jeffrey is surprised, like, oh, Bismuth, that was, I forget that you can just get there. Yes, that's a lot of money you have. Where did I don't want to know.
We kill a demigod.
That is a solid entry line. Well done.
We.
Wow. Um,
I hope you don't mind too much. We were gonna ask you to divvy this out to some people. It might make your job a little easier as well. I'll hand him the gold. Uh,
yeah,
100K.
he goes over. The guards are carrying what looks like to be scroll cases, so he's like, "Yes, exchange the scroll cases with them." You see, there's a lot of people like, "Oh my God, it's Bismuth. How did get here? I don't know. Who are all these people?" Um, and you give him the gold, and the guards are exchanging you, but the guards don't take it. Instead, the black-haired, sort of balding dwarf takes it, and he hands it over to Jeffrey. He's like, "Oh, thank you." Um, so what am I doing with this gold? How much is this?
That's about 300K.
What?
Uh,
Well, it's 300K, but you also like pull out gold and bullions. Just
yeah,
like,
golden bars
what the
and
heck? Those are the biggest bullions I've ever seen.
yes. The 100K of it is going to the Church of Paylor, to mend the relationship. Another 100K is going to the city. Um,
Okay, okay. To the payload. Okay, yeah, sorry. Scribe, write this down. He's like, yes, skilled master.
and
Or guild
then
hall master.
the third 100K is going to potions and scrolls,
Got
for
it.
the war effort.
Of course. The war effort, of course. Understood. I will first take this immediately. I will, okay, call a scholar, Mildred, and have him write up a letter to the church over in Epicella. We can get secure recompense that we can easily get healing from the church, which I think 100K will suffice. Where did you know? I'm not gonna ask. I'm not gonna ask. I'm not
We
gonna
killed a
ask.
demigod.
Again, we killed.
It just does not feel real. Okay, so much has changed. Very well. And here he gives you. I'll go ahead and rate. I'll post in the Discord what he
Okay.
has procured for you in the meantime.
Hey, Mike, just out of curiosity, how long canonically have we known Jeffrey?
But canonically, like just over a year, man. Just over a
So
year, you
in
know.
a
About as long
year.
as Biz has been gone, yeah.
Yeah, like half of the campaign that we've been playing, yeah,
Yes.
over a year.
It's just like, oh my God. That's got
Yeah,
to
a
be
lot
like,
has happened.
that is a wild year.
I'll
It's a super
also
wild year.
I'll hand him 10K as a this is for being our just doing chores for us.
Damn it
Chores.
all. It's just make it back and keep me updated at all times as best you can. Yeah,
I will try my best.
yeah. Make that point across the tab and on because those two never come and say hi anymore.
I will tell them, and I'll make I'll make them visit next time.
You should, even though it's only been like a couple weeks since they left.
It's understandable. They're in a war. You
I
want to see
mean,
them.
none of this feels real. It makes sense.
Okay. Oh, sorry. By the way, the dwarf is not black haired. He has a white, beautiful, long beard. He has two very pristine dwarven axes from probably the far off lands of the Khand of Dias. I'll go over and show a picture of him. Um, he looks over and then he's like, "Ah, thank you, Badasso. If you can hold these for me, and Alkazi, I'll get to you when we get back to the guild hall." Yes, and the silver-haired wood elf woman just simply nods her head and says, "Of course, Jeffrey, of course. I have all the time in the world." And she looks over at you, Biz, this beautiful white-haired, dark-skinned wood elf woman. She's wearing actually very thick um, fur robes that you would normally find people that live up in the high mountains or in snowy regions be wearing. And she's wearing it in like 115 degrees Fahrenheit, like hot as hell. And she's not sweating a bead of sweat whatsoever. So here's what the dwarf looks like.
Woo.
The fanciest of pants.
The fanciest of pants.
Hmm.
I am the fancy pants. Alright, where's this picture? It's right here. Oh, did I put that on wrong channel? I did. That's okay. Here you go. Here you go. There is something about this woman, Biz. You can't quite put your tongue on it, but this woman doesn't particularly look like she should be in this form. It's as she has a persona around her, though she's hiding something, hiding her true identity. But you don't sense something. You don't sense evil from her. What you smell off her is that she's definitely not from this realm. You can smell something of planar essence. She's definitely from a different plane. The dwarf, on the other hand, definitely smells of this plane. Um, but you don't get bad vibes from them.
Mike,
They're just they're just they feel like they are out of place.
why does she
But
look so familiar?
I don't know. Uh and she Jeffrey says or the woman extends her hand. She says, "You must be one of the members of the Sandstormers, yes?"
Yes, I'm Bismuth.
Bismuth. I am Alkazi, and this is my compatriot Bodasso. And Jeffrey's like, yes, sorry, Madam Alkazi. When the full team here, I want you to introduce them. These are very up and comers, I should say, and they would definitely appreciate your sponsorship. He says, yes, I am a businesswoman of sorts. I command a fleet of caravans throughout the world. I hope to one day, let's just say that I'm always keeping an eye out for talent.
Hmm.
And when you shake, if do you accept her
Yeah.
handshake? When you shake her hand, you feel like a tinging sensation, and you can definitely tell she's a planar creature. Like she's not a wood elf. She's definitely something else. But Jeffrey's like, anyways, I guess you should be returning business. I will send word through the sending stone once I've accomplished business with the Church of Palor, and I cannot wait to see what the people of Macerna will do once I tell them the good news. Killing the demigod. Oh, you guys are legends. Legends. Oh, I wish Sterling was here.
Oh.
He shakes your hand. He says, Bismuth, good luck. I hope to see you again with everyone else. Tell Silver I also miss her as well. I hope she is in good health. I love Gassan, and he lists everybody. I hope they're all in good health too.
I'll tell them. I'll bring as many as I can along next time.
Okazi, yeah, Okazi just sort of sends them. You hear her says her under breath, "Why do you lie to your friend?" But obviously, no one besides maybe her companion Bodasso the dwarf hears, and you. But Jeffrey doesn't hear it, and neither does everyone else.
I just go inside her head and say, "A little white light never hurts."
Her eyebrows sort of perk up as you enter her mind. Interesting. So with that, they take their leave, and they make their way back towards the guild hall, most likely, as they are heading that direction.
Jesus Christ.
And I will, I will teleport back
All
the
right.
ship.
There are times
So-
when Sunday bleeds into Saturday that I get very upset and excited.
So you return back with several scroll cases with not only that, but you also return with a small case full of potions as well. Did I post that yet? No,
Yeah,
There
you
was
did.
it's in there, but it's teeny tiny.
oh, you just gotta click on it.
Yeah, I did
Yeah,
click on it.
10
Okay.
healing potions and 6 greater.
Yeah,
Healing
telling
potions.
6 greater, 5 manas, 4 greater
4
manas,
greater
and
manas.
2 potions of vitality.
300 healing bombs.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, the small crate.
I
Yeah,
think
There's a
we
little note that
should-
just says, "Thought I'd just give you some, and just for old time's sake." As the note for Jeffrey.
all right, let's see. Want to take 2 of the greater mana, and I'll take the other 2 to have,
Yeah. Sounds great.
and then you can have 3, and I'll take 2 of the normal mana. Actually, we might want to pass those out to other people. Like, Godalina might want one.
Well, while you guys decide that, we'll go ahead and take a break as the party will make their way to Palm Brick and eventually meet with Congenital Bryaxis Moleshed and interrogate this leftover Hibis Corpus conspirator.
Alrighty. We're back, everybody. Boop. back, everybody. Welcome back from the break. We're here to do things and give money to people. So, yeah, go check out biscuitinrpg.com. Go find the latest and greatest and absolutely cursed things. Okay, I'm done.
Thanks, John. Let's return back to City of Illumination, where we find the Swan Swimmers have reconvened all together as Biz returns from his short leave of absence to Lucerne to meet up with Jeffrey. He returns. Their party is about a couple hours away from the coastline. It is around 4 in the afternoon. You've been sailing once again on calm waters. It's been so calm that the members of the Sandstormers have, along the journey, have conducted, one off the boat, taken some rowboats to go swim, to go fish. The Trogudan squadron that sort of swims shallow waters behind the ship offer like little islands for the various party members to chill out a little farther away from the ship. They don't move, they simply just, all they do move, but like they don't react unless Biz gives the order or if they endanger something.
Hmm.
But for the most part, it's been a very relaxing, joyful, blissful time. A moment of forgetting, not forgetting, I should say, of easing everyone's minds of what had just recently happened, the trauma that was inflicted, and the trauma that is still yet to come.
I don't like the way you put that.
I know, I don't like the way I put it either. It just came out that way. Uh, a couple hours will pass. You eventually see the coastline. You see the array of ships lined up like pencils laying on the beach or on some small little stream. The amount of them would here from the distance cover the entire span of the island's coastline on this side of the island. You can easily spot the red flagship that is the Grand Admiral Baraxis, but you can see that the sailors and marines of the fleets of the Grand Admiral have made a large encampment just on the shore, and as well as a string of tents and makeshift homes that create a long line leading up towards the hills and crags that rests the old stone bastion called Palm Brick, which has been severely destroyed. But you can see that they have already made makeshift repairs, makeshift barricades to replace some of the destroyed walls from the artilleries, and from what looks like an assortment of powerful magical spells that was inflicted on during the siege. On the coast, you can already see that they have already burned many of the bodies on large pyres on the coastline, and you can see that there are several teams of Marines and sailors disposing of the remains.
How
As
many
yes,
how many days did it take us to get back? Just so I know how much.
3 days.
Okay,
Yes.
cool.
Well, we should probably just do it while we're going there. Remove curse on or great restoration on the stoned people.
Yeah. Do you want to? Oh, you want to use the two scrolls?
Yeah, I think we should do that.
So Kiris and Kumal. Kiris and Kumal during your trip. Is it during the trip or now? All right, I guess
Yeah.
it doesn't matter. Um, return, but we're still in that moment of fear and stimuli that they react still accordingly, and maybe make a mess of things, knock things over, knock people over, but they all relatively, with the help of everybody, regain their composure and realize that they're not in that situation anymore. Time has passed. A long time has passed. So Kiris and Kumal, though still a little shaken up from the experience, are returned, and after the couple of days of sailing, back to their old ways. Kumal wrestling with Narzan, and Kiris as well, who has been doing as much repairs as he can while moving. But as soon as you make ports or dock, he will go ahead and continue his repairs. Um, he is obviously, yeah, both him and Kumal give their condolences to Silver and Biz for Gassan again. Um, there is a feeling, though, I will say, and all of you, especially those who have perished multiple times now, there's a feeling and uncertainty, and it becomes more apparent for those who have returned multiple times. It's the uncertainty of, will I come back another time? Will I be myself again? Many of you have heard the story somewhere down the line in your past, in your childhood, and from whatever experiences and religions and doctrines and philosophies that you've been emboldened to, beholden to, you get a sense that, like I said, many those, especially who have died multiple times, I know many here have already died twice now,
Ha ha
right?
ha ha.
Some more than others.
Ouch.
There is that sinking feeling, distant sinking feeling that when the moment comes, you might not see that light again. You might not hear that voice one more time, and you might not get that next chance. That's that second chance, second chance. And with Curious, he actually openly talks about it because this is technically his first time dying.
Mhm.
So he, a veteran of so many years experience, and him being at his age and dying is a different experience and perception than probably anyone younger would experience, especially you who have experienced multiple times, someone who has lived a life and who has never died, but you who have lived a relatively short life and died multiple times, seeing the chaos and the cynicism of life in general through those experiences. He's taken aback and he wishes to get other people's thoughts on it. Which, if you may or may not, depending on what you give him, he's just sort of looking for answers. Um, but as he brings it up about that feeling, everyone who's died is just like,
Yeah. Just like Ox is just like instant clarity.
it's crazy because it's almost everybody. It's almost everybody.
Yeah.
Um,
I just huddle up my pupils as it were, and we just do like a group hug.
yeah.
The only people who haven't
Um,
died is like Verkati and maybe like one of Tav's.
What's her face? Plain Jane.
Lorenzo's died.
Lorenzo's died. Oh
Lorenzo's
yeah.
died
Yeah,
Oh
she
multiple
got
times.
turned to
She's
stone.
been his son. And then Gibby also died at some point, I think.
Yeah, he
Yes.
did. Yeah.
that was probably my
Yeah.
wild magic.
No, it was when we
No,
were in the other dimension,
is the
the
Lich.
other
Yeah.
plane
Oh yeah, yeah.
against
So yeah, only
So
the real
basically,
people
Ursus.
on the ship.
Fighting a lich on the planar background, yeah.
oh god.
Mhm.
Oh yeah. Good times.
just just like, I just
Give
want
me
you all
a.
to know that if I don't come back, I hated you the least. I don't know. I just channeled some old Rooster Teeth there.
Yeah, it sounded some like church or like
Yes,
some
straight up church.
church shit right there.
No, it's just like
Borderline Lopez sometimes, not less monotonic or monotone.
she's like
Definitely not Sarge.
no.
Definitely not Caboose. Definitely not Griff. Well, I can see Griff making a one-liner, hitting a one-liner real quick.
So it's just like it was worth it. Everything was worth it.
All
And I
right,
want you
church.
to live.
All right, church. I can really sense the church in that now. I miss old Rooster Teeth.
Before everything went to
Um,
crap.
Yeah, like a lot of things. All right, so
I think while we're at it, we should. I think we're also bringing back Nobel. Is that what we want to do?
Yes.
all
Yeah, that's
resurrection.
probably best of to her.
I feel like she,
He's
The deal one would be like if there's anyone that we could, if we, I would believe we should bring back to it. I would also agree. Should we bring Nobel back?
yeah.
Let her know that her companions are gone, and we will need all that she can help, especially with the whale's blessing.
Hmm.
Okay. So the scroll of are you going to be the one casting it? Who can cast resurrection?
I can't cast it, so it'd have to be like Godolina or maybe Tav. Bars can
Godolina
cast
can't
it, maybe.
go.
And
Godolina
maybe
can't cast resurrection either.
Les.
what is needed to cast
Well, you need to be able to cast it in your
Yeah,
spell.
you're a bard, so you can cast it.
Okay. So there's also um
Bards
requirements.
and clerics.
Druids can't do it because they use
No, it's all
reincarnate.
yes.
Yeah, it's a different spell.
All right.
Alright.
All right, Tav, are you gonna slap the head?
So you need a diamond of at least 1,000 gold.
Get that from him. Okay.
Which is fine. I can just use the money. I can just use the money. That's
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah.
Yes.
I can
You can
say
easily
I top
procure.
worried the next day and got 1,000
I would
gold. I
assume
think.
so. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So
Okay.
I'll just take 1,000 gold out of my
Okay.
gold.
Okay. You procure a diamond. Correct.
Right.
So, Tav, as you look onward onto the spell scroll, you can see that is written actually in. It is a minor language. It is a minor language of the Onis, the Oni demons. But Oni demons conspire with both devils and demons. It's written in a not complex, but it's just an a least studied and least understood language. Like it's a minor language, like I said. But you can make out bits and pieces because it uses infernal. It uses a lot of low infernal or low got not low Isatian. And as you read it aloud, you can see what the spell actually is restoration. There are some things that trip you up, like sacrifices and curses to certain blood families, but you pay no heed to that because that's not what your concern is. So you read the spell for what it is. It's a resurrection spell. And with that, you take the diamond. And when you take the diamond, it's part of the ritual. You put it on the parchment in the center of the ritual circle that's written on it. And the crystal, pristine, opal, opaque sort of crystal um, begins to turn at first, a bright pink and slowly darkens to a dark red, almost maroon, like blood. It fills up with blood, it looks like, for the most part. And as it does, you all just hear a crackle and and Biz, you're wondering, where did you forget these scrolls again? And with that, the resurrection process is commences. And during that hour, you recite the name of Nobel, Tav. And I don't know how your character would normally do these types of powerful ritual spells, especially resurrection. You've probably never done it before, but you have the capacity to do so. So how is Tav? What does Tav look like as she's conjuring this pretty powerful spell?
Like holding parchment and just dancing around. Nobel, come back to us. Nobel, where are you, oh God?
Oh gosh.
I'm just gonna. This is too cringe even for me.
Yeah.
This is studying intently.
So as the ritual nears its completion, the diamond in the center begins to melt as if there was a heated area beneath it on the ground or on the table, wherever you have this scroll or this scroll laid out on. As it melts, it begins to grow in mass, like the liquid begins to double and quantify in its size and the amount of volume it's covering, as if more liquid's being added. And soon, eventually, it begins to mold upwards into a figure. And as soon as it completes, it creates the mold of pretty much a silhouette of Nobel, and eventually a sort of it's not like a pop, it's sort of just a random wisp of air, like that kind of noise, like a suddenly the red just dissipates and Nobel is there, eyes closed. Um, she is. Let's see, I'm trying to read. The effect, blah, blah. Okay, so you only have her head, right?
Hmm.
Yeah.
So her body grows. So sorry. Um, it starts from the head, it exposes the head, and then the body pops, or you hear that wisp noise, and you can see her full body. She is obviously naked, and Golden obviously immediately throws a tunic over her as she begins to fall forward, and she catches herself along with Godolina, and they both lock eyes. And she's like, "Welcome back, Nobel." And she looks all of you, blinking wide-eyed as if she'd been asleep for centuries. Sun just completely blinding her at this point. She just mutters a dry, uh, weak voice that says, "Thank you, sand swimmers." So,
I
let's see. So, let's see. Target takes a -4 penalty to all attack rolls, saving throws, and ability checks. Every time the target finishes a long rest, the penalty is reduced by 1. Okay, cool. So, 4 knights. She's like this. Oh, she's saying my verse. Cool.
I
When you cast that spell, it's not ninth level, but it is powerful enough. And from where it came from, the origins of the spell, it does see the very ominous vibe in the area. Just for a moment, the sun sort of dims a little bit and becomes a shade of pink. But like I said, it only lasts for like a few seconds before it all returns back to normal.
I think I want to warn Nobel. But like, look, just out of for your own sake and peace of mind, I don't know if this was a normal resurrection scroll based on what I just saw.
I think Jeffrey had a hard time finding one that wasn't from the Church of Palor.
Yeah.
Mm.
Something about, I don't know,
Us.
a giggle. Not that. I mean, there was a cackling giggle of a demonic origin. So
Mm.
just, be on the
Keep an
lookout.
eye on that.
Also, this is Billard. I don't want you to be frightened of him.
What was his name?
Billard.
Billard.
She turns over to the small purple frog-like creature with white eyes. And does he have white eyes or no?
He has like little black beady eyes
Little
on the side of
black,
his
black
head.
beady eyes. She looks at the creature, still weak from her return to life, and she extends her hand and just says, "I am Nobel. It's a pleasure to meet you." The creature is like, "Mah," and like sticks his head onto the hand.
Okay. A few things have happened. I just want to say we kill a demigod. Just so you know.
Yes,
And
I
in
can.
the fight, your 3 companions fell.
Yes, I can no longer sense Largo and the other two. I can no longer sense the great beasts that guarded this area as well. Did the Megalodon also?
We
Yeah.
convinced it to aid us in the fight.
And it did its duty until the end. A loss, but one that was worth it. I assume the Charybdis is no more, and the the taint in the air and in the water is also the pollution has disappeared from the region. So you found the vault then.
Yep.
It's good. Thank you, sand swimmers.
Ugh. Every time I hear thank you, I'm like, I don't think we deserve that.
It was the right thing to do.
Like, this
It
is the
was.
one and only thing that we've done that was all right.
Well,
But
I mean,
still,
you saved Macerna. I mean, that was pretty good.
oh yeah, well,
You did a lot of good things. Don't get me
We've
wrong.
done a lot
Kill
of good things. It's just
Deephold.
You the deep
it's hard to
hole.
think
You free
about
deep
when
hole.
you think about all the bad things we also done.
Yeah,
it's
the bag. But I think right now you guys are sort of catching up between the good and the bad that you've done.
yeah,
I think you really are. You're catching up,
moments of clarity.
even though it never even had to be at this point.
It really didn't. We could have been the good guys
Never
all the
could have been
time,
the
but
good
we
guys.
just
Oh,
couldn't.
just the frogs really irked you. The frog encounter on session one just really irked you from the beginning. Like, you know what? F this campaign. We're the
Gonna
bad
burn
guys.
it to the ground.
Yeah. So you arrive on the coast, Palmbrick. Many people see you all. They salute you. There are celebratory cheers and chants going on from the Marines and sailors. There's even more with the return of D1 and Nobel, as many have now heard by now that Nobel had died recently from rumors that have been leaked. Now see her alive and well and are overjoyed. There's a lot of confidence as you all walk towards Palmbrick. I'm assuming just the party members, or you bring everybody.
Oh no, we're all going.
Okay. Um, Making your way up to Palmbrick, you are first greeted by Ekmonu, the large, tall, undead-looking man who has his shirt always unbuttoned. He sits there, sort of stooped against the wall, leaning against it, his legs sticking out. He just sort of nods your direction and sort of gestures with his head cocking towards upwards towards the keep that is has a large crater in it currently, but you can see that there is a table and there's some people waiting there. Among them is Molshad, who does not see you yet, but you can see him talking to somebody or some people.
The urge to run up and hug him. But I wouldn't,
What?
because he'd
What?
blast me.
As you walk through the front
Such a strange
gates
man.
and enter, you see that the courtyard, or at least the mustering field to your left, the keeps in front of you to your left is a mustering field. There's an opening from probably like a penetration of a siege weapon of sorts. And there you see, in horrifying fashion, the corpse of the large bipedal goat man who has been bisected into 5 pieces, split into his arms, legs, and head, torso in the center. They've been bolted down by what looks like to be several pikes, and they required an immense amount of strength to even just impale such a being. But you can see that the creature is dead. There's viscera and blood everywhere, dried up by now. But you can see that there are multiple Ronin samurai mercenaries from Elrond's force and some Marines who are obviously keeping watch, like a good 10 of them. But you see the once feared has now been destroyed.
Nice going, guys.
You also see on the far side a stone hut or a small stone house made all entirely like in the shape of a square, like a cube stone structure that looks like a prison of sorts, a jail. And you can see through the bars is a human man, young man, definitely Rasputin born here in Bricerna. He has the dark brown, sun-kissed skin, curly, dark black hair, dark brown hair. But his eyes are all is a complete glossy white, and he has this crescent moon tattoo. You recognize him faintly from your encounter when he and his fellow Hibis corpse attacked and even murdered some of your people from the clan Ox. He was the only one that did escape. Um, he is there. He is manacled in his hands, his wrists, I should say. And guarding over him is the Shadow Elf, Zuvex, who has been MIA all this time. And he's just sitting there smoking a cigarette. Um, Next to him is also the GIF, um, the large GIF warrior of the Arbites. That's a Bar Molshad's team. He's also standing next to it, making sure that he doesn't get out of here. But they all give you a nod as they see you enter. Sorry, excuse me. Walking up to the um, guess the veranda, sort of now at this point. The crater is sort of divoted into the building, creating a veranda of sorts, an open balcony. You walk up the stairs and greeted by guards who let you in, and inside the out into the veranda is Molshed, Grand Admiral Baraxis, a restored Vice Admiral Nishik or Nishil, the gnomish woman. It seems with the death of the Perpetual, the curses that were inflicted upon him have subsided. So the gnome woman, the admiral, is back and ready to serve, but you can see that she is a little shaken up still. So maybe Nurbanu will be kept at her command and post for now until she is ready and fit to return to command, along with other officers of the fleet, including including Elran. And oh, a new person. You see that there are some prisoners there who have been given some uh hastily put together. It's a mixed match of armor pieces that they have found off of the enemy and what they can spare from the fleet. These pre POWs, these prisoners of wars, and former Marines of the expeditionary fleet. There are a couple of them. None of them look grizzled, like grizzled veterans. Are standing in attention behind a bright, shimmering Asimar man, sun-kissed skin, light this time, lighter than others, well-kept beard, curly, dark and black hair, but it is stuffed under a turban. He is wearing beautiful white, snow white silks and tunics, deep sort of purple, maybe like a dark teal like trousers. Sorry, they are the big baggy pants. I forgot what they're called.
Oh, I don't know either.
Eh, uh, I forgot what they're called over in that region of the world. Big baggy trousers and silver boots, in silver garbs, silver greaves, silver necklaces, platinum jewelry, and gold. He wields a beautiful, beautiful long sword, and on it is a large crest of a platinum dragon.
Mm.
He
Mm-mm.
radiates good health, good well-being, devotion, honesty, truth, honor in general. He feels great to be around, and he is goddamn sexy.
That was for Tav. This guy stands for everything that's not real. Life is pain.
Grand Admiral Varaxis, the first
Oh
creature says,
yeah.
Sand Swimmers, it is a pleasure to see you with the D1, and my word, if it isn't the Priestess Nobel, you are alive. I am returned, thanks to the efforts of the Sand Swimmers. The D1 speaks up as well. He says, the Sand Swimmers are great heroes, Grand Admiral. They should be they shouldn't be questioned right from their immediate arrival. As he gives him a hug. Molshad is sitting there looking onwards at all of you. He's obviously content to see they're all alive. But he also feels like, something feels off. Something that's going to annoy me.
I nudge Biz. Hey, you should give him the money.
What
Grad
money? My money?
No, the money that we're supposed to give to the Nate war effort.
Oh, yes, I'll do that. Yeah. Um, sure. Do you want to do it? Ox, it seems like you really want to do it.
No, it's fine.
Okay.
'Cause-
Okay.
The D1 tells the Grand Admiral that the Sandstormers have found a stash of treasure belonging to Nysaria, and they're looking to split it and help with the war effort and help everyone else. Braxis I mean, obviously seems like, how much? 100K. He's just like, okay. And as soon as you call out to and pull out from your bag of holdings all this money, and everyone in the room's like, you see one of the officers just like, we can buy 15 fleets with that money. And the Grand Admiral's like, cleans out his pipe, starts packing a new one. You are very generous, Sandstormers. Are you sure you want to give this much?
Absolutely.
Yes, we.
Ox is in back. We absolutely want to give you.
I was
And
doing
business,
We want to do this.
yeah, business is like,
Like,
the
I was
fuck am
told to
I?
do this.
What the fuck am I? Seriously, am I the messenger now? Like,
Like, what have I been reduced to?
The only
well,
thing I'm doing is watching Molshiad's face as this goes down out of the corner of
the
my eye.
grand the Grand Admiral shakes your hand. He's like, "Thank you, Bismuth. Thank you very much. Thank you, Sandstormers." Um, I also did forget. Nobel would like to speak with you more, Biz, because you do know that her deity is technically a Titan spawn,
Okay.
the Great White Whale.
Yeah.
Great White
Great
Whale.
White devil, white devil.
So that the money is pushed aside by several of the officers, just like, and the admiral's like, hey, put that down. So the admiral gets that situated, and he gets everyone situated, and he goes and tries to get situated, but Molshad will step in and says, "So we shall begin the meeting then." And he turns over to you all. And he says, "I'd like for you to introduce Vice Admiral Nikitas. He has been imprisoned. He was among the commanders of the expeditionary fleet last year." And Nikitas steps forward. The Asomaro man is very jovial. He smiles and he goes to shake everyone's hands. And he's quite pleasant to be around. His voice is accommodating. It's smooth like butter, but also raspy and deep. Um, he just overall gives a great vibe. And you can see just like these faint little silver stars. You swear you see faint little silver stars behind his eyes when he talks to you.
Jesus.
But he makes the room full of calmness and tranquility that the meeting can go very well no matter what happens. And Ox just like, "Hmm."
Like I shake his hand a little tighter than is necessary.
He is quite strong
That's
for
fine.
as an ASMR man, and obviously you are a little far stronger than he is, but he does give off his own independence and strength. Um, you as you touch his hand, you both resonate divine powers. One through your sort of agreement with Coriel, and his through as you can sort of recognize Bahamut.
Hmm.
And
There was a part of me that wanted to go that path, but I lost that a long time ago.
anyways, that's another game. So when that happens, it is great for a moment, but then you can see that he pulls his hand away first, and you don't really know still the full story behind Coriel's deal, but Coriel is definitely like he's on the edge. He's like a fringe leader. He
Yeah.
utilizes people like but
You
still
mean
fights for
Autumn?
Suicide Squad stuff. He takes the evil people or people who are trying to redeem themselves and uses them for the good.
Hmm.
Yeah. Um, so he says, it's good to meet a fellow servant of good.
Of course. I just smile at him.
Of course.
No, I
And
mean
it
legitimately,
is yeah,
Ox
yeah.
thinks he's a good guy.
No,
Yeah,
no, he does
I mean,
he
you good. Of course, you're good.
Anyway,
um
sorry.
he turns around and says, "You sandstormers, you freelancers, I will admit I did not think that you would be so vital in all of this. And I never had faith in the freelancers before, but now I have a whole new perception of that. And I thank you, Sensors. If it's not for you rallying all of us here today, my men and I would not be alive, most likely. May Bahamut praise you all and watch over you. You get a strange, both you have all three of you just get a strange feeling when he says that because he does serve like one of the ultimate goods. So
Hmm.
like, and you've done good for the good deities, but like you've done some terrible things. It's just like,
Mm.
and for Tav, it's like even though Lloyd isn't a Freedy, far from the reaches and the domains of the divine, he isn't a Freedy, and they are sort of aggressive and territorial in a way. So you still get a ping of like, all right. We're from different worlds. Biz obviously because you're a Titan spawn, and though he shakes your hand and accepts you with warmth, you do sense a little bit of reservation from him. He's not giving you threatening, but he is just making you aware that he serves a deity that did fight against what has made you what you are today, and he wants you to know that he just wants to make you aware of that.
He'll
But
throw hands if he needs
he'll
to.
throw hands if you try to do evil shit. Like he will cut you down. But he does not want to do that. He wants to work together. And you can feel that. He resonates that. And it's also this fucking platinum dragon stuff. This is very influential. You don't know why it's affecting you so strongly. Like, how can someone seem so good and feel so good at the same time? In his mind, however, you can sense a powerful mental fortress, a bastion against all interlopers who try to bleed into his psyche. So you know this person has one is well protected by his divine, which is troublesome. This is probably one of the more troublesome people in you've met so far. That's an ally, right? And for Ox, obviously Coriel too, but you also are a person with darkness within you.
just just a deep,
And because
deep
of the
feeling.
opposing bright light in you opposing your dark light, it's giving off this very bright sort of flare. Anyways, everyone's tranquil
Yay!
though, and the meeting begins with Molshed leading it, and he's like, "I think we should all congratulate and thank the Swan Swimmers." And you can see he's just like, "Mhm."
I just
um,
smile wide at him.
for their success out in the sea. I hear that you defeated a demigod. Is that true?
Yep.
Yes. We defeated a giant whirlpool of teeth and bone saws and whatever, and it was awesome. Like Biss was there with the spear and it fell down and Ox was inside it at the same time and it blew up. It was awesome. I'm glad I wasn't in it. Yes, you know. And I just want to say, great work you've done here with taking the Palm, whatever this place is called. The
Palm
Palm
break.
Brick Fortress.
Yeah,
Wow.
Elran and his group had suffered the most casualties. You see Elran is sort of scarred up, but he is healed relatively well. And he's yes, you should thank Elran. If it weren't for Elran's men, we probably would not have taken this place.
That's our
Not for the
guy.
if not for the blood spilled by his soldiers. And Elran just sort of looks at you and then looks at him and he's like, yeah. You know, he does not seem content on this victory.
Ooh.
The Grand Admiral steps in and says, yes, thank you, Molshad. Now then, Sand Swimmers, your donation will go to great help as a new fleet has been in the works, but with this money, we can expedite the process to get more reinforcements. But now, I have reports from all over this island that the skies and the oceans are clear and calm, and there is not a patrol of freeborns to be sighted within this island. I think it's time we become bolder in our actions and start sending out more scouts and seeing what the defenses are on the other islands. I know that your mission is far different, and I will leave the hunting of Yalkates to you. But if you need assistance, of course, don't hesitate to requisition him from any of the fleets. D1, and D1 says, "Yes, I will be assisting here with you, Great Admiral. It was a pleasure, Sandswimmers. But I do suggest that we also find Nice Aurelia as well. She must have a temple somewhere here on the islands. We need to locate it. With her staff gone, she needs to find a way back home, away from this place. So we need to find it as quickly as possible." Grand Admiral continues and says, "We will be continuing our advances on the other islands, but until then, is there anything that you wish to inform us, Sandstormers?"
Like racking my brain. I've still got a level of exhaustion, so I'm just like, I don't. Biz, you're really good at remembering things. Was there anything we're supposed to tell him?
Oh, thank you for putting this on me.
um,
Boy.
there probably is something we should
There's only
tell them, but
something
I
we need to tell about.
I know.
Um,
That's why I was like, I don't know. Me smash.
well, we saw. Didn't we see Nice Rally mid-fight
Oh
when
yeah,
the
we
yeah,
saw a
portal
portal
open
start
and
to
we saw
open.
it.
portal opened?
Yeah, it did, but the window, yeah, but it disappeared as soon as the character was killed.
Perfect.
And before that, you're the only thing you saw left was a nice Aurelia getting closer to that window, but the window disappeared before she could possibly do something. I don't even know. All you know is that that was probably one of the most horrifying things that could have happened since you're out there pretty much almost alone.
Yeah, yeah, I did see that now, like a portal open while I was kind of alone there, and I saw Nasrella walking towards it, and I kind of almost shit my pants. Not gonna lie.
All
Finding
the
a god on my own,
officers, Grand
that's
Admiral, just like you're a very adventurous lady.
I've been through a lot.
Oh yes, it seems like it.
uh, I don't know where the portal led, so I don't know what to tell you about that, but it closed before she could get through it at least. But yeah, that's the only thing that I think we have to report on right now. Yeah.
Grand Admiral's like, very well done. We will keep you up to date on our advancements on the rest of the islands. Like I said, you'll leave the hunt to Yulkates and Nice Aurelia to you, as well as the Hibis corpse, which as he turns to Molshed. I believe you and Molshed will have some words to exchange about the matter. I'm just happy that that disgusting creature is now gone. And Molshed's like, he will be. It will be back. We just need to figure out a way to deal with him when he does. And every officer in the room's like, shut the fuck up. What? No, 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 no. That's impossible. He's like, that's downright blasphemy.
They do come
And
back.
Oh,
yeah. So Melshad's like, I'm not going to explain to any of you. I'm just going to explain to the Grand Admiral in the report, but I need to talk to the Sandstormers first.
yeah.
And the Grand Admiral's like, yes, I will leave you two parties to it. And he looks to the Vice Admiral and the key. He's like, Vice Admiral, once the ships arrive, you will assume command of the Fifth Federation Fleet once more and join in the war effort. He says, of course, Grand Admiral. It's good to be back in arms with everybody. So the officers and Grand Admiral leave the room. The deal one as well. Nobel, did you want Nobel to stay?
I mean,
Elran will leave because he's just a mercenary captain at this point.
I mean, she might be useful, right? In this conversation.
Yeah, at least for the conversation, yeah.
So as everyone leaves and Molshat turns to you says, congratulations on destroying what I hear is a demigod, yeah?
Yes.
Yeah.
Commendable. Also the money. Nice touch. As he looks at you, Ox.
It's a very kind gesture. It kind of surprised me when Ox did it.
Oh, I'm
but
sure it was. Look, I'll get down to business. That creature out there, you were right to assume it was dangerous. If it were not for Alba's mighty strength and girth, for that matter, Zuvex arriving just in the nick of time, and me not drinking for once, managed to catch it before it claimed the identity of the Grand Admiral.
Ooh.
Now
Well
that
done.
would have been terrible. Oh, thank you. Nothing like killing a demigod, though, I can say.
Oh no, man.
Yeah, but
Everybody plays their part.
the perpetuals are very scary. So I just want to say, good job. I hated that guy, and I'm very glad you killed him.
there's no small feat.
It's not. It was. Let's just say that there was an opportunity for me and my team, and we took it. And if we didn't, we wouldn't be talking today. Anyways, Zuvex has returned, as you can see. I told you that he wasn't a traitor. He's a little bit outlandish and independent, too independent, some might say. But he has returned, and he's returned with good news. At least I think for you. This person says that he wishes to speak with you.
Yeah.
Says that he has information that could, as he assumes, spare his life.
Well, we'll see about that.
I put his life in your hands, Sandswimmers.
Nice.
But I will take
Oh
him down to you.
God. This
Generally
is
a
one of
bad
the guys
idea.
that
No,
attacked my village.
Godolina's like, yeah, Godolina's just like, this may not go good, Milshian. That man was the sole survivor of the cult that attacked Ox's tribe. And Milshian with a grin, oh, well, then judgment has already been casted then, has it?
Sure.
And Gordolina is like, not pleased. You can see she's like, don't fucking encourage him.
Ox, I
Do
can
not
and
encourage
will
this.
stop you. Just
Well, Milshian's just looking at Ox. He's just like, ain't that right, Ox? Judgment has been casted, right, Ox?
I'm laughing now because not only is this funny to me, but he still doesn't know about the
We're breaking up
100K we gave to Macerna.
No, he does not know. And yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's gonna be great. Yeah, yeah.
It's
Let's
like,
keep Ox to the back while we're talking.
mm.
And he looks at you, Tev. You're no fun.
what is the
Like-
plan for the body of the ritual?
Well, from what you've told me before, you cut it up into pieces and buried it in the ocean. But from what you've also reported, that they can still come back, that they are immortals, or sorry, they are perpetuals. If they are truly the perpetuals of legend, then they are impossible to kill.
Well,
My only,
there's a way that you could possibly kill him, but you have to kill the one that
he
made
looks
them.
intrigued.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's long.
Interesting. So who is the one that?
Ah, some rock
Ah,
Sasha asshole.
I see.
Yes.
Prunus. Yeah.
This
Prunus.
Prunus character of the Sibis corpse.
I
Yeah.
may have a way of hiding a part of the body.
Part of the body.
Well, I could choose more than one part, but if you want to keep the parts as far away from each other as possible.
Honestly, I was looking to just blast into the astral plane, let it just
Yes,
let him
that's
form, let it form out there, and let him come back however it can come back. I would assume it'd be quite challenging if he has nothing on
I
him.
have a way of I can send a part of his body to a demi-plane, and
I have a magical item that was going to do it, but if you want to
yeah,
do it yours, it's fine.
either way. I just think, getting the bodies off this plane,
Oh, you want to put in a demi plane?
a demi-plane, separate
That's
from the
different.
astral plane.
That's no, a demi plane is different from an astral plane. A demi
Yes.
plane is its own little plane that's
Yeah,
apart from
it's
all
its own
planes.
separate like little plane.
Right, you're basically putting in a cage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, he would just wants to send it to the astral plane. So, do you want to do it your way, or do you want to do his way?
You can send the rest of the bodies to the astral plane, and I can
Oh,
send
you want to put
some
just
parts.
one piece.
So you
I
can't
see.
fully
So what
reform. Like,
piece?
you can say
So
his
what?
head.
His head? You want to keep his head?
Yeah.
Okay. And Welsh is like, very well. Goes up to the corpse. Yeah, he takes a staff and pokes and prods it. And now he pokes it and walks toward you. There you go.
Okay. I mean, he's as good as any place, right? Uh, I will take the head. I will cast demi-plane using wish. Uh, and it's like a door opens up in front of me. I take the head and I toss it in.
It doesn't only last for an hour,
Um,
right?
The door to it only lasts for an hour, and then it closes up.
Gotcha. Cool. That's
And
great.
and then the spell, the demi-plane lasts
It's a
forever, and
demi plane.
only
Yeah.
yeah,
You
and people
just
can only get to it if they know where or what it is, and if they know what's in it.
right. Gotcha.
So
Cool. Okie dokie. So, you throw that in there. What does it look like?
I
Your
think it's
summon demi plane.
I just kind of like pull up the air and I pull open this like black doorway.
We are not good people.
And
I think
We are
it's
evil
awesome.
people.
I am hiding
No, let's
away.
go. It's Stupido. It's Stupido.
Right,
Go. Sorry. Continue.
And if you could go inside of it, it would just be like a blank white room.
Mhm.
Probably would, it's like very like clean, very like it'd give you like a headache if you stay in there too long.
Oh, fluorescent lighting.
Yeah, fluorescent lighting, not
It's all
great.
white. Ugh,
Uh,
I'll go sick.
and I toss his head in and pull it back closed.
Nice. Everyone, all of the subordinates are just like, that should do it. And obviously Godalina and Paul, you're just like, maybe. Um Molshad will go ahead and he'll have Olba take down the parts, and he tells Olba to he's like, I need the scroll. And Olba's just like, oh, really? I just ate. Molshad's like, come on, big bud, I need it. He's like, can you get someone else to hold it next time? I don't want to hold it anymore. I don't want to hold this. He's like, just, oh, but you've been doing it for decades now. Why now? It's like, fine, let's just do it in private. He walks away. He walks over with him. Do you go chase after him, Alex?
There's a part of me that wants to know.
Well,
But
you don't have to. Zuvex will just go and sort of walk up to you. Oh yeah, what's up?
oh no. I mean, I would,
Oh,
but
he's gonna walk up to you and tell you.
yeah, I'm more fascinated by the fact that we now have judge, jury, and executioner on this survivor.
Yeah, so Zuvex walks up to you, and you can see that he is definitely battered, but pretty much unscathed from his ordeal. He walks up to you with his mask on, his half mask. He says, if you're wondering what Olba's doing, Olba has a contraption, a magical item in his belly. It's a safe spot because Olba's pretty much unkillable.
Oh,
It's like a little scroll. It's like a little compartment you can put stuff in. Yeah.
That's
It's
nasty.
he looks at you, he looks around, he's like, yeah, we used him a lot in our days in the Arbiters to dispose of things. To be honest, Molsha should not still be having him do these
Oh
things, but
God.
I don't know, maybe it's just funny these days and I need some laughs.
And then I think about the 100K to the city
Dude,
again, and I just start
go.
laughing.
So they return, and Alba is like, I'm gonna go lay down. And Moshe goes, thanks, buddy. So he gestures to. I'll show you a picture again. What he looks like. Fresh reminder. A fresh reminder. What your enemies look like. Oh, by the way,
Okay.
Vosu's gear is returned
Yay.
along with Laguna's gear, his axe. Oh no, you have his axe.
Yeah, I have his axe.
So never mind. Nothing's returned then. Here we go. The gear of the other arbiters have already been taken by Melchiad in the game. And here's what he looks like. Just a reminder, young lad. He's sitting there and he's looking at you. And he says, "Finally, it's been a while, sand swimmers.
I don't know who you are.
That's for sure. You look different. You must be a different Warforged.
Okay.
Look, I've just come here to talk. Look, I just don't want to do this anymore. There's too much."
Okay.
Gordon Leah has her hand on her sword. She's like, mhm.
Hmm. Okay. Whatever you mean by that. What was the information you had for us?
First, I want to ask: are you going to kill me, or you're not going to kill me if I give you the information?
I'm not gonna kill you.
He looks at
Mm,
Biz. He looks at Biz. Hey,
I
are you gonna kill me?
probably not.
Looks at you, Ox. Are you going to kill me?
well, you'll have two options if your information is good. One, you can die, or you join my crew.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, go to Lena also interjects and says no.
Either dies or he leaves.
It's my crew.
Not having a ex-cult member on our ship.
Imagine what we can do, though.
Imagine the
Gordon
amount
Leah,
of spying he could do.
I'm sure there's ways of preventing that.
It's a liability at best.
Ugh.
Stop that, Ox.
Fine.
Just stop.
So you're gonna kill him, or are you gonna?
I don't know. I'm in that like. Mm,
he looks at you and he
Just
says,
lie.
I have two, I believe, valuable pieces of information, and I'll give you one just to help you think with a more clearer mind, Ox.
okay.
I know. I know where Yelkates is, and I know where to find this nice Aurelia.
Okay. That's pretty good information. You got us interested. Now you have our attention.
So he looks at you, Ox. Does that help you, Ox?
So I'm not gonna kill you. This probably not kill you. Ox?
Wouldn't you rather kill
Yes
the
or no?
people who've been
Mm,
tormenting
mm.
you for the last year?
The people that have tormented me for the last year. I just look at both of my party members.
I have not been around here for a year, so
I mean, you
If
might as
Sterling
well.
was here, he would have held out a hand mirror and pointed it right at you, Ox.
Yes, he would
listen.
have.
How many
Fine.
people you know have died to demons?
Fine.
Okay. You are
But
worried that we won't kill you, assuming the information is correct.
Oh, it's correct. It's correct. Unbeknownst to you all, the Hibis Corps and the Freeborns have been fighting each other on these islands.
this makes sense.
I thought they're working together.
No, they were
You would
always
assume so.
separate entities. I don't know. I've never saw any of them
But they're
crossing
occupying the
ranks.
same space.
So they were both angry at
Look,
us.
look, I was once a former noble from the Grand Province of Lugardus to the southeast or southwest. I wish to return to my old life. I promise you that I will do no good. And if you need me to be informant or of service in the future, I will do so. As long as I don't have to do any more vile things that I've already done so far for the Hibis Corps. I do want to repent. I do want to redeem myself. I promise. And the information I give you is sound. You can even go there with me to confirm, as long as you do not kill me. Because you guys really are heroes, and I want to, that's always what I wanted to be.
I
Now that
look
there's actually heroes,
yeah, I look
Can I
at
do an
Godalina.
inside check on that?
you can do an inside check. What do you
Because
look at
that
Godolino?
To
What do you
do
say?
the
I look
same.
at Godalina and I'm like, he wants to repent.
Look, you trying to rope Catalina, getting this guy on the crew. Like,
I'm like, look, he doesn't
Yeah.
have to repent with us. He can
not
repent
one.
in the plains of Acheron.
Okay, if Tav and Biz want to make insight checks, go ahead.
I rolled a 1. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
22.
He's lying. Okay, he is. You can definitely sense that he's spinning a tale. However, when he said the information of Yalkates and Nicerelia, that was true. He did not hesitate when he said that answer, showing that he believes in it. Okay. But you do
Might not be.
feel that he is exaggerating this right now. Maybe this is just some sort of cynical response. Who knows? You don't really know if he's trying to redeem himself, but he is trying to live. That's for sure.
Mm-hmm,
Yeah, of course.
mm-hmm.
So
But
this
yeah,
may all
what?
be bullshit, but he's looking to just live. And
If you want
obviously,
to,
you all have the power to probably keep an eye on him, but
I just believe these telemetries.
you just be like, well, this guy's gonna die if he doesn't, so why would he
Yeah.
lie? You know, you
He
just
knows I'll kill him.
I guess I will kill him. Okay.
Okay. That
I mean, there is a part of
helps.
me that like I don't know how teleport works, but it would be funny if you're like, give me some of your blood, because if you screw us over, I'm going to teleport directly to you, and I'm going to explode you from the inside.
I think it has to be from a place, not a person.
I know, and I'm
Unfortunately.
upset about that.
Yeah, I believe him on the information. I don't believe his sob story. About, oh, I want to be better. Oh, I didn't mean to. Who who joins a cult? Is he with the Freeborns or with the Hippos Corpus?
He's with the Hibbits
Hippos
corpse.
Corpus.
His
Who
corpse.
joins a cult to be a hero?
Fine, you got me. Look, I just want to live, and I don't want to be the end of your blade. Is that fair?
Yeah, sure. Living's a fair reason.
It's cool.
It's a commodity these days.
Especially around you.
Wow.
Your companions are so unsettled by this conversation. Jeez.
Okay, where are they?
Who?
Yolkates. We can start with Yolkates.
Yolkates. Yolkates is currently on Zehe Island at Az Stronghold. From my reports from some of the cultist scouts that managed to return from scouting, even though none of them know how to scout, Prentice is an idiot. Um, Yelkates was sent probably by Narsarelia to defend the priests. Now, my information from so far fighting these wretches is that the priests of the whatever faith of Nicerelia are gathering in one place, and that's just outside as stronghold on Zehe Island in the Atolls. I don't know why they're gathering, and I don't know why Yolkates is being summoned there, being sent there, but Yolkates is there. He is given command of defenses of Alkhog Island to his war chief, who are all members of his Bloodhound shipmates. So that's where he's at. And Nicerelia? Well, if Nicerelia is giving the order for him to go with all haste to a certain area, that's probably where she's at. And also, if there's gathering of priests, temple must be nearby too. We, well, I don't know if my other companions sensed it, but I did sense a disturbance on the ocean, and that sickening mist is gone. So I can only assume that you were the reason for that.
Yeah.
Well, then Nicerelia is looks like Nicerelia is going to probably try to get out of here and flee this plane. She's going to need a lot of priests. And she looks at you. She looks at all your companions. Or he looks at all your companions. He looks at all the soldiers too outside. He's like, and he's also going to need a lot of sacrifices.
That's ominous.
So we
But
should not bring a crap ton of people.
depends.
He looks at you and says, I don't think that's beyond your control anymore. The war is going to feed the ritual, most likely, unless you can get there fast or sooner. Find it, locate it sooner. But you'd be plunging yourself into enemy territory, which I think from what I've learned from you all, that's not a concern.
We have done it a lot.
Godwin's like, yes, we are foolhardy.
We made a
Impetuous, more
Paloma
like.
today. Oh wait, 3 days ago.
You and your Valomas.
Uh-huh.
I have another question. Where is Prunus?
Hmm.
That I cannot truly reveal.
And why not?
He lifts his tongue, and underneath his tongue is a tattoo, some sort of seal, some sort of
Okay.
magical seal. And by your standards, from your instant look, it's not just a seal. It looks like a trigger kind of spell. Something's going to happen if something happens of that nature.
They probably die if it helps. So yeah. Something like that. You know, when we were in the high end and that girl died
Oh
with
yeah, when the
a
building fell on us.
thing on the back. Probably something like that. Or before that. When we met the thieves. We were gonna meet the thief, but he was dead already.
Yeah, and you got ambushed by that woman.
Yeah,
Yes,
I think. Yeah.
I think so. Yeah.
Something happened at least. We thought we were cursed.
Yeah.
Does it
It was
require
a
that
long time.
does it require that it can't be spoken? Can you write it down? Or is it covering that too? I'm sure it's probably covering that.
He simply looks at you with no response.
All right. Yep, fair enough.
If you thought about it and I read his mind, would it work? Perhaps.
With the insight, I'm gonna use a passive insight of both Tav and Biz, because you have both a passive. Your passive insights are 16, yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
16.
Okay. What your Ox? Yours is still 11.
Yeah. I can
Okay.
perceive stuff, but my insight is garbage.
So you both can tell that it looks like however
Revealing any information at all.
it looks like he's just trying not to concern. He's trying not to stay with a topic. He's actively ignoring you bringing it up.
Mm-hmm.
So it looks like it feels like if he brings it up in any way, and even if you try to penetrate his mind, it may not be good for him. So if you do that, he looks at you, but he does not make a motion or an emotion. But you know, thinking that you might not be able to do it because he's probably not. He's probably actively not thinking about
So
it, right?
we'd have to have him think about it, and that would risk him triggering whatever that is.
Could you mean that you're making an assumption now because you're not getting any responses currently as you're bringing up prudence. So you can assume that that's a strong point that he's making.
Yeah.
How
Okay.
about we'll assume you not answering is that you can't tell us. Can you tell us where any strongholds or bases of the Hibis Corps are on these islands?
The majority of the cult, the rest of the remnants, are on the third sister of Dagnia, which Dagnia Islands is just beyond the 20 Atolls. Three larger islands. They're more like archipelagos. But the third sister is where our base is where a majority of us are at. And he looks at Godolina and says, it's where my master and your master are awaiting you as well. Now he says master, and you're probably thinking, well, he just mentioned Prudence, but nothing's happening. But he also mentions Godolina's mentor. And when you look at Godolina, Godolina is horrified. She's just like in shock. And you can see her, she's thinking to herself, trying to rationalize what he means by that. Because what she told you is that everyone perished from what she remembers. She was the only survivor.
There might be other
And her
custodians alive.
and her mentor was not only her mentor, but he was the custodian of the custodians of the city. He was the head honcho. He was the commander, the garrison commander.
Mm.
So she actually takes her hand off her sword and actually steps back and she excuses herself for a minute and goes outside. And Xylon, his name's Xylon. He just has a big smirk on his face.
Ha! He only rattled one of us.
Okay. Then- oh. Okay. Okay. That was a lot of information. Okay.
Hey, just
Oh.
You
real
can
quick.
learn more.
Nope, sorry. I was gonna ask. The Torn Atolls is where the City of Illumination is supposed to be, right? The or is it the Dagny Islands?
Yeah, the islands.
Okay, cool.
You guys are in the Tornadoes,
We're in the
which
tornadoes. That's where the Nicerelia is.
is where the Freeborns are. And then just beyond Akhaug Island, like north of Akhaug Island, is the Dagnia Islands, the main Dagnia Islands.
Hmm.
And on the third sister, which is the one closest to you, off Akhaug Island, is
their base.
believed to be where the Hibis Corpus is operating from. It's probably where they're fighting the the Freeborn as well. But he was going to tell you that you'll find more information if you take Hank Hold or Mank Hold on Akhaug Island.
Okay.
Unless Yolkate spills the beans. If you can capture Yolkate where if he's on Zehe or he's still on Zehe.
Hmm.
Okay. We have a plan, please.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So we know where we need to go to get y'all Kates.
And
we
possibly
go
where
check that
Nicerelia is
out.
going to be as well.
Yeah.
Berkati brings it up. So how do we do Nicerelia?
How do we kill a god?
I've got an idea,
think
but
it's
you're not
awesome.
going to like it.
Dude, honestly, a lot of your even Silver's
Uh,
just like, are we
no,
honestly thinking about killing a god? Why
Okay.
don't we just like
We need a way of sealing it or getting rid of it.
or sending her back? Yeah, we need. Well, we need to. We need to talk to the D1 again and ask her about the ceiling. We're gonna have to take him, and Nobel's just like, I can help with this. I can use the great white whale's power to, since it is the great white whale's duty to protect the ocean, I can use one of the most powerful spells in my arsenal to put her back in her prison. But I will need a lot of time. I will need some time, and I will need certain things.
Well, that is much better than the idea I had.
And what was your idea? I want to know.
I don't want to talk about it anymore.
Was it wild magic again?
No,
Was it
no,
getting the you were?
no.
Kumal also brings up, hey, by the way, Master, what happened to your hair?
Oh,
And everyone's
we.
just like, oh yeah.
Let me
Why are
tell
you
you.
wearing that hat? Oh, this whole thing. Just-
Big
No, I'm just
reveal.
like, nope. It's cool to be bald now.
You're a blue orc that's bald, man. I don't know that.
Whole blue orc.
A bald blue orc, bro.
Whole blue man's group.
You are the orc. You are the blue man group orcs of Warcraft
Yeah.
Incredible.
for the horde.
No, but for the no, I would just be like, well, it was either that. Like, I'm glad that Nobel had something because the only other thing I could think of equal power that would be able to take this down would be someone I pissed off a while ago, and making this an atonement of sorts, and being like, hey,
Um,
Zaklar, you wanna take a whack at this deity?
Nobel will actually walk up to you, Biz. She says, I must speak with you, um, in regards to Titan Spawn matters, but also the ritual. I think you will be of great help to me as for the ritual, since you are also well, you are a Titan Spawn as well. She's speaking like whispering to you.
Of course. Yeah, we'll talk. This
And she's like, if you ever need guidance on how to navigate, through Titan spawns, and Mindrak's just like, do not listen to this buffoon. She listens to a whale for whatever reason.
Immediately
I
listens to her.
sure. This is all very new to me. So some help would be appreciated.
And Nobel's just like, I want to help you because you seem conflicted, and I think I can help you. And Silver's just like, mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
What does that mean?
What does that mean?
Silver's just like, nothing. And Nobel's just like, I'm not sure. So with that, Xylon looks at me and says, so what happens now?
I assume that. What do you think? We leave him here until the information proves to be true, and then after that, let him go?
That seems
Because I don't want to keep an eye on this guy and watch him slither off.
I don't think it's a good idea. We should, yeah, I don't think we should hold on to him ourselves. If we think, if we think here's a safe place, I think we leave him here. Until we confirm this information is correct, and then you'll be free to go when it is, or if it isn't, we'll deal with that when that happens.
Molshad will offer to keep an eye on him.
Thank
That
you,
sounds
pal.
great.
Where do you intend on keeping him?
He'll be with the main camp. I believe the orders from the Garden Admiral is to march the Vanguard army over to Zehe Islands in preparation for an attack. And since looks like you'll be heading there, I might as well head over there too. By the way, Bismuth, I see that there's a bunch of monsters by your ship over yonder. Tell me, has there been some success in your
Yes, those
studies?
are troglodytes.
Do they have...
Good. Then we can put them to test on Zehe Island.
Yes,
then.
I suppose.
Just so, like, very
They're
standoffish.
called
not the most
troglodytes.
intelligent creatures.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I do the Titan spawns have names? Imagine not. Yeah. No, they're
They're
not
all
names.
Steve.
You can give them names.
All right, I'm gonna come back to me tomorrow. I'll give
And
you
I'm not.
25
No,
names.
I'm not.
That one's
I'm
Robert.
so much
This is the
no
one.
way. I'm never.
No, they
Robert's
aren't
1
names.
through 25.
There's one named Titan Spawn and it's Billard, right?
It's not even a Titan spawn.
Partially, let's say.
Mine.
We'll say he's partially.
Partially Titan Spawn.
All right.
He's just a little guy.
He's just a little guy, dude. Billiard? Williard his name?
Billiard.
Billard.
Billard.
Like a billiard ball.
Like a billiard ball. I just got that now. Oh,
Nice.
Billard. He's gonna be the new face of this group now? Is Steven kicked out now? Is Steven done?
Hell
We
no.
kicking Steven out now as the face of the
No,
group? I
he
don't
will
know.
never.
Billard sounds pretty dope, not gonna lie.
Steve,
Nothing's
Steve.
cute than a weird looking ball guy.
I mean, we've got a zombie
like
child.
Billard?
What can
I'm
be cuter
liking
than that?
Billard. Hey, well, you know what? Fuck it. Both of them. Now
Yes.
we made it even better. We
Yeah,
got a
two
zombie child.
mascots.
You know those like cringy old like school like family photos that you find of like just weird clothing and like awkward poses? Just have Steven and Billard in one of those, but he's just holding Billard like a trophy he's won. He's like, and Billard's just like, oh, weird.
We need to have someone make a flag of that, and that is the Sand Swimmers flag. We plant those wherever we've conquered. We've got to go put one in the vault.
You know the image of the front cover, the movie cover of Step Brothers with Will Ferrell and John C. Reilly. You know, John C. Reilly sitting down, and Will Ferrell has his hands on his shoulders. He's looking over him. They're all smiling upwards, like that kind of family picture. I just imagined that with Billard and Steven, except Steven's the one sitting down, and Billard has his hands. He's looking up over his shoulder. It's just okay. Anyways, I already see this duo doing some crazy things in the future. All right. It's been 3 more days since you left the center of 20 Atolls. You have residents here. They're giving you the officers' rooms to spend the night, however long you're staying. Xylon is kept in that box cage outside still.
Perfect.
Actually, no. He actually, but Xylon's like, so wait, I'm not going with you. And Moshe says, no, you're going with them. You're just being with me. And he takes out this silver band ball, like ball of silver bands, and he throws it. And Xylon immediately is like winces, and the band expands and wraps around him, and he falls to the ground, wrapped in like what looks like hundreds of silver bands. And he tells Olba to pick him up, and he's like, "All right, put him on ship." He tells you that the Vanguard isn't leaving here for another few days to rest, and it's another 2 days to the coast where the ships that they summoned are meeting them. The Grand Admiral is going to slowly send Vice Admiral Nikitas first over to Zehe Island, and then he's going to ferry his men over. So that's going to be a few, like more, like probably a week of all this happening. But you guys will get there. I'm assuming you guys are heading to Zehe Island next.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, sounds good. So with that, you guys take another long rest, and I don't know if you guys want to stay here on the island another day or two to talk with people, but
Yeah,
or
probably.
did you want to
I
head out?
think just for experience sake, the next few days I'm just casting resurrection on each of the
All right, so give me a list, because it's going to take
yeah, I'll
three.
send that to you.
It's gonna take three. Oh, okay. So did you want to do that on the way there?
Yeah, just like every day while we're leaving.
Cool. Yeah, just give me a list because it's gonna take 4 days to get to Zehe Islands, the nearest coastline, but I don't know where you guys want to go specifically. So for now, 4 days is the days you get to cast resurrection. And let me know who you bring back. And I'm assuming you're spending the money too.
I will wish avoids any
Wish. Oh, you're using
points.
Wish. That's right.
Yeah,
That's right.
so
Gotcha. Okay. Sounds good. With that, you guys take a long rest and you prepare now with another goal, a clearer goal. Hopefully, you can get to Yolkates, find maybe this temple where all these priests are gathering, maybe looking for priests as well. But also, Tav, you get a message actually, from one of the guards. Mistress Tav, a letter was left to you from Lady Corlox down at Ocean Watch. It was left here a
Ooh.
couple days ago.
Okay, I thank you. I read it.
It says Corlox writes that her comrades have yet to arrive. She is worried, so she has set out to sea in the south. She dates that she's leaving immediately as she sends this letter off. So that was 2 days ago. Um, and she says, if you can please come and find me, I want to secure my friend's safety, but also my equipment and the book that I was going to show you about your sword. And as you read the letter, one of the officers is like, "Oh yes, Freeborn fleet just arrived in the area. Seems that Nurbanu has to double back and fight them, but looks like our supply lines have been cut off recently."
Oh God. Oh fuck. Oh God.
So with that, the following morning when you find these news, we'll pick this up next week.
Thanks for joining us, everybody.
Oh.
The part that gets uploaded will probably be a lot clearer than what you saw on stream today because I was recording in the background. So apologies for that. I've been having it intermittently cut in and out on me. So other than that, thanks for joining us. We'll see you next Friday, hopefully, for Tales from the Gate, where we continue our story of Twilight's Gambit. And check out the old biscuitinrpg.com and go look at the things. And I'm going to go ahead and hit stop streaming now.